Welcome to Yankton Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Hy-Vee, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Wince and Ray Funeral Home, First Dakota National Bank, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals, and Raven Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Hello and welcome to the Summit Activities Center Gymnasium, where the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles host the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. We're all Yankton Athletics here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with two locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. It's a battle between West River and East River, again in a doubleheader as Yankton hosts Rapid City Stevens. First up, the Gazelles will be on the floor. Now, Yankton has been very good as of late, picking up 3 wins in their last 4 games, but the Raiders are a tough team that currently sit with an 11-4 record. As of now, Rapid City Stevens is the number 5 seed in AA and looking to stay up there, while Yankton looking to make a splash. They're currently the number 13 seed, but a win tonight would certainly have them moving up in the standings. Now, as I said, Yankton has been playing their best ball as of late, but they haven't played in over a week since their victory over Sioux Falls Roosevelt. For Stevens, their last game was last weekend in a loss to Brandon Valley. The Raiders coming off a 4th-place finish in state last year as well, so you know returning a lot of talent. Let's look at how the numbers stack up so far this season. For the Gazelles, they put up about 45.5 points per game, with Rapid City Stevens putting up 55 points per game. Then to the defensive side, it's really where Rapid City Stevens has shined this season, only giving up 38.5 points per game. Yankton allows 53 points per game. So for Yankton, their average game within 8 points yet, favoring their opponents. But on the other side, for the Raiders, their average game is a win of 17 points, which is 4th best in all of AA, and really just a great team. Last year when they matched up, it was 68-42, with the Raiders coming away with the victory. And again, it was a state tournament team last season for the Raiders, placing 4th overall. For Yankton, they went 1-19 last year, and we have seen a ton of improvement from this squad. The number that really sticks out to me is the Raiders only giving up 38.5 points per game. This is a Gazelle squad that sometimes has scoring droughts. They're going to need to keep those to a minimum in tonight's action for a chance to take home the win. For Rapid City Stevens, if they do what they've done all year, well, they should be in good position come end of the game. For the Raiders, their last 2 games came against arguably the 2 best teams in the entire state, with O'Gorman and Brandon Valley. They look to get back to their winning ways, and Yankton looking to keep up their hot streak. Should be in for some good basketball coming up. It is senior night, which on the floor they will honor the seniors before the Gazelles game, and then in between, after the boys are done warming up, we'll have that for the senior boys as well. I got a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. When we return, our chat with head coach Adam Dannenbring of the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. It's coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton, located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now joining on the line is head coach Adam Dannenbring of the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Coach, how are you doing today?
I am having a good day. We just finished up class with all the freshmen, and I get to coach basketball, so life is good.
Great to hear, and a good start to the season for you and your squad with an 11-4 record. What have you seen so far?
I think that we're an experienced team with 5 seniors, and we move the ball pretty well. We have a very unselfish team, and I've enjoyed coaching this group. We had a couple losses early in the season, and then we were able to win a bunch in a row, but then we lost last weekend when we played against number 1 and number 2, O'Gorman and Brandon Valley. So now we're just kind of trying to learn from what happened in those games, and hopefully we can improve here when we play Yankton.
And what are some areas of the game that your team has really excelled?
We are really good defensively. I think that we're second best team in AA basketball as far as allowing, points per game. I think we're right around that 37 or 38 points per game, which is pretty excellent. If you can hold teams to that low of score, like you got a good chance to win many basketball games.
And could you tell me about that defense and why it's been so effective?
We have seniors that know our system. We have 2 extremely quick guards with Finley Love and Jessa Griswold that pressure the ball. And then our other girls do a fantastic job of rotating and reading, and we're able to run and jump a little bit in the full court and in the half court. And, we can turn teams over, and then that leads to some easier layups for us and easier scores, and that's really been the key.
And coming up now, you take on the Yankton Gazelles. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Yankton is a solid basketball team. They the Wolfgram girl's been playing for a few years now, and she is an excellent point guard and a fantastic shooter. I think the Rao girl is kind of streaky and very skilled, good ball handler, good passer. And the freshman, the Kudura girl, she is a solid shooter as well. So we're going to have our hands full. I know that Yankton is well coached, and I know that they're going to play hard, especially at home. And we're going to have our hands full. And
who are a couple of players on your team that we should expect to see making big plays?
I think that our team is pretty evenly balanced all the way through. We have a Mackenzie Schreiber and Haley Falcon are our best shooters. Hayden Thornton and Hallie Peterson are kind of like Swiss Army knives that do everything well. Jessa and Finley can make plays, and then we have an 8th grader that starts at center, and she cleans up rebounds and she scores underneath for us, Marley Seyu Manutafa. So we have 7 girls that kind of split the majority of our scoring. And
we return. Apologize about that. A technical difficulty. We are live back and rolling as we'll just continue our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. Anytime Fitness of Yankton, let's make healthy happen. Luckily, we got pretty much through the entirety of that interview with Coach Dannenbring outside of maybe the closing remarks. So as we got through that, we'll take a quick break here now, and then when we return, we'll have our chat with head coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles. We'll be right back on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Back on our coaches' conversations, Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles. Coach, feels like it's been a while since I've gotten to talk with you, as I was covering the Bucks while your team took on both Pierre and Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Can you tell me about those games?
Yeah, I thought we did a nice job in both those games of just playing within our identity. I thought defense was great in both games and just getting after the ball, forcing teams out of a rhythm, and then letting that lead to offense for us on the other end. And I thought we saw a really good ball movement and a lot of individual players step up and have great games within both of those games throughout the week. I thought that Pierre, we did a great job just with playing 4 quarters of basketball and really from tip-off to the final buzzer, just doing a great job in that game. And then Roosevelt, I thought the first half wasn't necessarily our best selves, but the girls had a great response in the second half and really changed the game there in the third and fourth quarter.
And your team 3-1 in their last 4. What has just been working so well overall as a team that, maybe we didn't see as much success earlier, but it certainly has been in these last 4?
I think really just buying into the defensive end and not being hesitant on that side, but being willing to make mistakes of aggression and not mistakes of inaction. I thought that our pressure, the ball pressure, has just been a lot more evident in the last 4 games, and that just leads to more confidence and continuity on the offensive end and a lot of girls stepping up and hitting shots when they have that opportunity on that end.
And coming up, a tough opponent with the 11-4 Rapid City Stevens Raiders. What are your thoughts on this one?
I think they do a great job of pressuring the basketball and moving the basketball on offense. They've got a lot of shooting threats that they can put out on the court. They've got multiple girls that shoot above 30% from the three-point line, as well as, really talented 8th grader that they've got on the inside that has been doing some really good things for them with Marley. I think it's Samun Tafa is her name. She's just had a really good year and does not play like an 8th grader by any means. And so they have a little bit of that inside-outside threat that we've got to respect. And then we've got to be able to handle pressure on the offensive end. And I think it has the makings to be a fun, exciting game because the two teams largely have very similar playing styles.
And with it being senior night, let's talk about the seniors on your squad and why you enjoy having them as part of the team.
Yeah, our 4 seniors have been tremendous for, the 3 years I've been here. When I came, they were sophomores, and I was an assistant coach then and just kind of building some relationships with them at that point. But in my last 2 years as a head coach,
those four have just been tremendous leaders, and they've done that regardless of whether we've had wins, losses, good performances, bad performances, whether they've had minutes on the court or not had minutes on the court. All four of them have just done a phenomenal job showing up every day and really just being a bright spot in our program and leading by both voice and example. And so it's a good night to celebrate them. We hope we've still got multiple more weeks with them, but we'll definitely be sad to see them go when that time does come. But again, right now we're fighting and clawing for every extra practice and game that we can have with them.
And your team coming off over a week-long break, what are both the positives and negatives that come with that?
I thought we've been in a really good flow. Like you said, 3 of the last 4, we've been able to come out with the victory. And so when you're in a flow like that, you would love to be able to just kind of keep playing and rocking and rolling. And so, that rhythm getting disrupted is maybe kind of a con, I guess you would say. But the pros with it are we get 4 days to really just focus on ourselves. If we've got any, soreness or injuries, we've got some time to work all that out. We've been able to get a lot of shots up. We've been able to just focus on our defense and our offense for a few days and just really clean up some things there. And so I think you really just try and take that time to focus on yourself. And then, we're going to play 7 games in a 14-day stretch. So after this stretch, there's really not going to be a lot of time to be able to just focus on ourselves. So this was kind of critical in that time of that's how you use it, is just preparing for this long stretch here and sharpening up some things that we want to do really well.
Well, thanks for the time today, Coach. Good luck in this one.
Thank you.
Again, that was Blake Savvy, head coach of the Yankton Gazelles, on our Coaches Conversations. Coming up, the Gazelles and Raiders on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you. And back for our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show as we inch closer and closer to tip-off after the sophomore boys, the sophomore Bucks falling to Rapid City Stevens. Coming up, varsity action between the Gazelles and the Raiders. Last in action, the Gazelles again. It's been over a week. It was last Thursday they played, and they had a victory over Sioux Falls Roosevelt. The final score 62-41. The stats in that one: Kelson Wells with 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Addison Muth got in the game, didn't record a stat. Jocelyn Elwood, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. So really a nice game from Elwood. Eden Wolfgram led the way in scoring, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Nora Kraske with 8 points, a rebound, and 2 assists and 2 steals. Berkeley Olson scored 2 points and grabbed a rebound. Jordan Kudera, another solid performance, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. September Rao, the second leading scorer for Yankton with 11, 7 rebounds, which led the team, and then 2 assists and steals apiece. Sabrina Kraske with 1 rebound, 1 assist. Brenna Elwood had 2 points, 5 rebounds, the second most on her team coming off the bench, an assist and a steal. And then we also saw Isabel Sheldon and Olivia Woods in that game. So the team totals 62 points with 24 rebounds, 12 assists, and 12 steals. And any game you can get double-digit steals, you've got to be feeling good about where you're at, and that could be a big factor in tonight's game, and more so probably for the Raiders. If the Gazelles can avoid letting the Raiders get 10-plus steals, they could be in a good position, because this Rapid City Stevens team, as you heard Coach Dannenbring, it's not really one player that leads the charge. They're just overall a really good team, and they don't have a weak link, so everyone's kind of bought into their program, into their system. Everyone knows their role, and they know what to do because they've been in the program for a few years, and it's really just worked out really well, and it's a big part of the reason why they are 11-4. In that last game against Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Yankton shot 40% from the floor, 38% from beyond the perimeter, and 83% at the free throw line, which the three-point and free throw percentage is better than their season average, and the field goal pretty on par, slightly above the average. A look now at the polls here, as Rapid City Stevens is a part of both the South Dakota Power 5 poll and the South Dakota Media Prep poll. For the Prep poll in Girls Class A, Brandon Valley remains in first. They're going to stay there until they lose a game. O'Gorman in second. That's where they were last week. Sioux Falls, Washington remains in third. Stevens stays in fourth, and Aberdeen Central still in fifth. So no change from last week into this week on the South Dakota Media Prep poll. Also receiving votes would be Mitchell and Spearfish. To the South Dakota Power 5 poll, Brandon Valley in first with O'Gorman second. Sioux Falls, Washington third, and here's where you get the change. Aberdeen Central actually in fourth with Rapid City Stevens in fifth. Also receiving votes in that one is Mitchell, which is, not what you expect. Normally the South Dakota Power 5 poll, you maybe expect the West River teams to be a little bit higher, and for the South Dakota Media Prep poll, sometimes you expect the East River teams to be higher, but the opposite coming into this week. Some other area games going on here tonight. In Girls AA, T-Area takes on Sioux City, East Iowa. With 3 minutes left in the first half, T-Area leads in a close one, 19-17. And then none of these games with score updates, but Rapid City Central taking on Harrisburg. Gazelles will see the Cobblers tomorrow at 12:34 tip-off. Same with the Yankton Bucks. Here's a great game we'll keep you updated on. Number 3 ranked Sioux Falls, Washington in O'Gorman to take on the number 2 ranked Lady Knights. Of course, here tonight, Rapid City Stevens and Yankton. Tip-off set for 6, probably looking a little closer to 6:05 due to it being senior night on the floor here. Sioux Falls Roosevelt will travel into Watertown to take on the Arrows. Sioux Falls Jefferson will travel to take on the Brookings Bobcats. Sturgis Brown hosting Class A Hot Springs, and then number 1 ranked Brandon Valley will be taking on Marshall, Minnesota in at Brandon Valley High School. Only a couple minutes away here before the buzzer sounds, and we'll wrap up our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. We'll take our final break here of the pregame, and we'll be back in just a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube. This is Gazelles basketball.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
And back to wrap up our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube. I'm Zach Spear alongside Tristan Nelson and Connor Schultz helping operate our stream and camera. Appreciate you tuning in here tonight with us as we'll have our national anthem, and then we should have senior recognition on the floor for senior night here. As everyone in the crowd to their feet, this is your national anthem. And again, you just heard the national anthem being sung here by one of the seniors at Yankton High School. And again, it is senior night So we'll put the camera on the seniors as they are honored on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Again, appreciate you tuning in with us here tonight for a doubleheader in basketball action, and then another doubleheader to take place here tomorrow with the Gazelles and Bucks hosting the Rapid City Central Cobblers. First game set to start at 12:30. We'll be live again 30 minutes before that at noon. And we'll be live on Classic Hits 106 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube, as there is no USD basketball that will be taking priority over it. So the seniors of the Gazelles squad being honored here tonight are Kelson Wells, Addison Muth, Nora Kraske, and Sabrina Kraske. Now, of course, Sabrina and Nora Kraske, twins and great tennis players. Kelson Wells, a forward for the team, and coming off some of her better offensive performances as of late. And Addison Muth, another forward senior for this Gazelle squad, who has been just great to have on the team, Coach Savvy has told me. And he just really appreciates having each and every one of the seniors as they help drive and practice, making sure everything goes as it should, and then leading the way both on the court as well as cheering their team along. So again, honoring Kelson Wells, Addison Muth, Nora Kraske, and Sabrina Kraske, the senior Gazelles, in tonight's game. 6:03 on the clock, as it is about time for starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. We'll start with the visiting Rapid City Stevens Raiders with an 11-4 record. Coming into this one, coached by Adam Dannenbring. Senior guard with 9 points per game, it's number 5, Mackenzie Schreiber. Senior guard at 5'5", 7 points per game, 43 total assists this year, it's number 11, Finley Love. Senior guard at 5'8", 2.5 points per game, 31 assists this year, number 22, it's Jessa Griswold. Senior forward at 5'9", 4.5 points per game, 64 rebounds this season, number 23, it's Hallie Peterson. And to round off the Rapid City Stevens Raiders lineup is the 8th grader, forward at 6 feet tall, 7.5 points per game, 71 total rebounds. It's number 34, Marley Seyu Manutafa. It's now time to meet your Yankton Gazelles starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion.
Jocelyn Elwood, number 5, guard. Eden Wolfgram, number 10, guard. Nora Kraske, number 11, guard. Jordan Kudera, number 13, guard. September Rao, 21, guard.
And those are your starting lineups for the Gazelles tonight, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. Again, a big shout out and thank you to Pivotal Photo for allowing me to use the videos. They do such a wonderful job with those. If you ever need any photography needs or video needs, that's Pivotal Photo of Yankton. They're big supporters of Yankton High School activities and just across the board, great to work with. So again, if you have any needs for photography or video needs, that's Pivotal Photo. On the floor here tonight, the Raiders, the visitors in their blue jersey and shorts trimmed out in white, for the Yankton Gazelles in their home white jersey and shorts trimmed out in red and black. I think the players really to watch out here for tonight for Rapid City Stevens would be Mackenzie Schreiber, their leading scorer, second leading scorer, because not starting in this is Haley Falcon, who's actually their leading scorer with 12 points per game. But Mackenzie Schreiber, 9 points per game, a senior guard for her squad, and just really does it all. 44 rebounds this year along with 32 assists. And the other name really to keep an eye on is Marley Seyu Manutafa, an 8th grade forward. You don't see many 8th graders starting at the AA level, but she puts in nearly 8 points per game and leads her team in total rebounds, 6 feet tall. Gazelles might have a little bit of trouble with her tonight. They're certainly going to have to do something about her. We'll see how they do it tonight. So Seyu Manutafa in the center circle. She's now met by September Rao. As Rao, certainly the height disadvantage, but she is just an overall athlete. It is officially game time at 6:06. Ball is in the air. Seyu Manutafa controls the tip, and Rapid City Stevens will start with the basketball here tonight. They move it left to right on Yankton streaming on YouTube. On the near side with it, Schreiber brings it up top. Driving into the lane, floating it up, no good on the attempt is Finley Love. Fought for her rebound, couldn't pull it in. Gazelles defense gets a stop right away. So Yankton, a quick stop, and now will face full court pressure from Rapid City Stevens. Again, a great defensive team. We'll see how that affects them tonight. Up ahead, they move it. Nora Kraske dishes it out. September Rao drives it into the lane, floats it over the top, but Seyu Manutafa might have gotten a hand on that one. So no score for either side on each of their first possessions. Seyu Manutafa spins it into the lane over the defenders and gets the scoring started here tonight. 2-0. Rapid City Stevens leads 50 seconds into this one. The Gazelles get it down the floor, but then Rao, trying to thread the needle, was unable to get it through. Another turnover here for the Gazelles and a steal for Rapid City Stevens. Peterson with it up top, moves it along to Schreiber. She works against Jocelyn Elwood, finds some spacing in the lane and gets it to drop. 4-0 the score. A good start for the Raiders, and right now the full court press bothering Yankton. They break it this time as Rao gets in the bounce pass to Nora Kraske. Had an open look off the back iron. It goes. Seyu Manutafa brings it in. Raiders again work it on offense here. Hallie Peterson moves it corner three. Schreiber on target. A quick 7-0 lead here for the Raiders. Certainly looking like an 11-4 team. Kudera brought the ball down, is stuck in kind of an unfortunate situation. Ball stripped away. Schreiber up ahead, she moves it, and a foul on the shot attempt from Finley Love. It was good recovery defense by Jocelyn Elwood, but just a little too much contact. And headed to the free throw line here is Love for the first time of the night. Elwood, that's Jocelyn Elwood, picking up the first foul on either side for the night. As Love buries the first attempt. All 8 points so far have been scored by Rapid City Stevens, as they're nearing a double-digit lead early on. Second of two, also good. Still full court press from the Raiders, and Wolfgram dribbling it out, gets it up ahead. Now to the hands of Jocelyn Elwood, finds Kudera. Up top, they move it. Rao wants the triple. Put just a little bit too much on it, and the Raiders bring in the rebound. On the right side of the floor, a nice cut there. Jessa Griswold, an easy layup, and it's an 11-0 lead. 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this one for Rapid City Stevens. Wolfgram with it as she's fouled, nearing out of bounds. And the foul goes against Jessa Griswold, her first personal, team's first as well. And Kelson Wells will check in for the Gazelles in place of September Rao. Earlier, I kind of mentioned how the Gazelles sometimes go through scoring droughts on the floor and how they need to minimize them. Right now, a drought to start the game, 2.5 minutes in, no score yet. But that is largely credited to the fact that Rapid City Stevens just playing excellent defense so far. Right now, they work it in man. Wolfgram on the near side, drives it, falls to the ground, and is going to be called for a travel. So another turnover by this Gazelle squad. And now Yankton going to put a full court press on Stevens. Hallie Peterson gets the inbound, and up across the middle, gives it up to Hayden Thornton, and a three-pointer. Schreiber wants another, nothing but net. 14-0 now the score. As Coach Savvy and his squad do not want to let this one get out of hand, but Rapid City Stevens putting on the pressure as Mackenzie Schreiber already 8 points in tonight's game. 5:07 to play in our first quarter of action. Gazelles trail 14. Wolfgram with it, getting trapped down low. Lofts it across to Jordan Kudera. Now, nobody anywhere near the basket as Kelson Wells takes it and scores it. The first bucket of the night for Yankton belongs to Wells. And that's some of the dangers of an aggressive defense. They gave up a wide open layup, but I'm sure they're not too upset with it. Had a look from three, but instead driving with it. Mackenzie Schreiber already double-digit points tonight. 16-2, Yankton trails halfway through our first quarter nearly, and Wolfgram fouled again. That's now the third foul on the Raiders. And again, when you play aggressive defense, sometimes you just have that, but you'll take it when it puts your team up 16-2. Coach Savvy of Yankton's going to call a timeout. It's a 30-second Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Locally owned for 4 generations, call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. So far on the floor tonight, it has been all Rapid City Stevens. They lead 16-2 with 4:28 to play. Coach Savvy wanting to talk things over with his team. They need an answer here, and that is something he and I have talked about is last year, usually when these runs happened, that felt like it was kind of ball game. This season, it's been a little bit different as the Gazelles have answered well frequently in the season. We'll see if they have one in them tonight. But again, a 14-point deficit early could be trouble for Yankton here. Out of the break, they will have the basketball. Rapid City Stevens still going to be running a full court press. Elwood inbounds it, gets it to Kudera. Kudera bolts it across the floor, up ahead, gives it up, Nora Kraske. And now Yankton can set up their half-court offense. Kraske has it poked free, taken away by Hallie Peterson. Peterson bolts it down the floor, left-hand layup drops. 18-2. When it rains, it pours, and Rapid City Stevens is having their way, and they'll get another steal here. Down low, turnover, as Jocelyn Elwood picks up a steal. Nice recovery there by the Gazelles after a turnover. Jocelyn Elwood jumping in front of the pass. Wolfgram backs it up, wants to set up her team's play. Gets the handoff, drives it down low, fouled on the attempt. Eden Wolfgram will head to the free throw line. As Finley Love picks up her first personal, but now it's the 4th team foul on the Raiders already tonight compared to 1 by Yankton. Wolfgram first one, bounces around and in. Jessa Griswold and Marley Seyu-Manatafa will check in for the Raiders, and now Brenna Elwood checks in for Jordan Kudera for Yankton, and Rao, a late sub in, will trot in place of Nora Kraske. Wolfgram, the next attempt, nothing but net. 18-4, it'll make the score. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Raiders working on offense. Finley Love with it. Gives it to Hayden Thornton. Thornton now on the near side to Griswold. A lot of ball movement from this Raiders squad. Seyu-Manatafa sets the screen. A nice pick and roll action. Nearly lost the basketball. Tosses it up. Can't get the shot to drop, but an offensive rebound to the hands of Haley Falcon. Now a three-point attempt. Finley Love can't get it to drop. And a fight for the rebound between two Gazelles gives it right up to Rapid City Stevens. Ball's on the hardwood and a fight for it. Seyu-Manatafa ends up with it. Haley Falcon from range knocks it down. 21-4. Raiders are hot to the touch early in this one. Two Gazelles have scored. It's Eden Wolfgram and Kelson Wells. Rao gets the handoff, takes it to the lane. Left-handed scoop layup, just put a little too much off of it. And the Raiders want to move quickly. Falcon a spin into the lane, kicks it out. Now Thornton finds some spacing downtown and a swish. 24-4, Rapid City Stevens is lights out. They cannot miss. 2:15 to play in the first quarter. Yankton needs to get something rolling here. Eden Wolfgram has it. Picks up the screen, gets the switch to Seyu Manatafa. Hands it off Jocelyn Elwood. She'll pick up her dribble right back to Wolfgram. 6 to shoot for Yankton. Wolfgram gets cut off as she was trying to take it baseline. Kicks it out. Wells can't get the shot off as she did make the bucket, but the ball was still in the process of getting past to her when the buzzer sounded. A shot clock violation and another turnover from Yankton's offense. With it into the free throw line, Seyu Manatafa drives with it. That one rattled in and out. Elwood the rebound. That is Yankton's first rebound of the night with 95 seconds to play in the first quarter. Brenna Elwood has it, finds Wells, who then kicks it out Jocelyn Elwood. Pump faked and kicks it out. Great recovery defense here from Rapid City Stevens, and now the 5th foul on the Raiders, and that'll be bonus free throws coming up for Yankton. Yankton is in the bonus now, and the foul goes against Jessa Griswold as now they're going to switch it. They're going to have them inbound it, and it will be switched over to free throws coming up. Brenna Elwood, her chance for her first points of the night. 84 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 24-4. Raiders up big time. Brenna Elwood misses the first attempt. Kudera checks in for Jocelyn Elwood. On the other side, Mackenzie Schreiber and Hallie Peterson will come in. Next attempt no good as well for Brenna Elwood, but an offensive rebound for Elwood. Gazelles nearly turning it over there. Wolfgram grabs it around the half-court line. 26 to shoot here for the Gazelles. Behind the back, Wolfgram moves it. She's looking for her first field goal. Now Rao drives with it, and whistle will blow. And I think another foul on Rapid City Stevens. Marley Seyu Manatafa picks up her first personal. That's the team's 6th now already in the quarter as Rao gets her first points. 3 of the 5 points for Yankton have come at the charity stripe, and they are needing points. 2 for 2, Rao goes, and she's on the scoreboard, 2 points. Raiders with it, moving the ball down the floor. A quick 3 is launched, around it bounces, and Rao, an impressive rebound. Didn't have the best positioning up ahead. Yankton moves it quickly. They dish it out. Wolfgram takes a dribble. Her shot deflected. And moving the other direction is Mackenzie Schreiber against September Rao. Great defense there, no foul. Wolfgram brings in the rebound, and Yankton moving quickly down the floor. Kudera with it on the far side, gives it up to Rao. Rao between the legs, kicks it out Wells. And now they want to set up a play here. A 7.5 second difference between shot and game clock here. Rao has it way downtown. 12 to shoot here for Yankton, who trails 18. Way downtown. September is money. The Gazelles on a little bit of a run here to close out the first quarter, but an opportunity to answer. Falcon from downtown. No good. Seyu Manatafa gets the rebound, fouled on her shot attempt. Wells hit the deck, and Marley, the 8th grader, headed to the free throw line to close out the first quarter. 1.1 second left. And an opportunity for 2 here for the Raiders. First free throw, no good. Really, the difference in this one has been the defensive pressure from Rapid City Stevens. Really not allowing many shots at all for Yankton. As Seyu Manatafa does get the second one to drop. It's a 16-point game. Raiders lead. 25-9, and Yankton's going to try for a heave here. And no, they'll just inbound it and take it to the end of the first. It's 25-9 on your Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton, a full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizza, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. That is the Fox Stop of Yankton. After 8 minutes, 25-9, Rapid City Stevens leads here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Back on the floor, and 8 minutes left in the first half now, with the Gazelles trailing 25-9 to the Raiders. Rapid City Stevens has looked impressive so far tonight here. Their only thing that they probably want to clean up is going to be their foul trouble, as they had 6 fouls in that first quarter. Gazelles will open the second quarter with the basketball and look to start hot in the second quarter. It was a slow start in the first quarter, and that could be. You haven't played in 8 days. A trap here as Jocelyn Elwood now fighting for the basketball. Jump ball, and it'll give it up to the Raiders. Not the start Yankton was hoping for there. And the Raiders take back over on offense. Again, it is a doubleheader here tonight with the Bucks taking the floor after this one. Their seniors will be honored on the floor. Raiders with it. Hayden Thornton moves it to the free throw line. Kicks it out. Finley Love lost the basketball as she fell to the ground as Wolfgram able to dive on the floor. A hustle play there, and a turnover forced by the Yankton offense. With some room here, Wolfgram drives with it. Gives it out to Nora Kraske. She's picked up her dribble. Needs some help here. Finds Wells, who cuts to the hoop. Ball knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Yankton. So Yankton not able to get a shot attempt off here in the second quarter yet. It's something on the floor on the offensive side for the Raiders. Getting picked up, and an inbound here for the Stevens Raiders coming up. The floor for Yankton made up of Jordan Kudera, Eden Wolfgram, Nora Kraske, Jocelyn Elwood, and Kelson Wells. Hallie Peterson runs it down the floor. She finds a cutter in Hayden Thornton, but it's turned over. Jocelyn Elwood, her second steal of the night. Raiders trying to get that steal right back, but Yankton able to hang on. With it, Jocelyn Elwood moves it to the near side. Gives it up Kudera. Kudera hesitates, then drives. What a move! Scores it for 2. Right now, Yankton on a 7-2 run in the last few minutes of action. That includes the late first quarter. On the other side, Thornton has a wide open look from 3 and a fight for the rebound. It was in the hands of the Raiders. Lexi Portlock, more specifically, knocked out of bounds, though, and last touch by Stevens. Yankton slowly working their way back in. They trail 14. It was a 20-point deficit. And Coach Savvy has to be happier with this than what he saw earlier. And another foul here on Rapid City. Wolfgram draws yet another. She's so good at drawing those fouls. And I'm guessing a timeout was called. It was. Timeout called by Coach Savvy. It's another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. We'll take it and be back in just a moment.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
And as we return back to the action, we apologize, missed just a little bit of the action there as a turnover from this Yankton offense and back to the hands of the blue. Right now, Yankton looking for a player to really step up, as leading the way in scoring is Rao with 5, but trailing 14, they need another run, as stepping it back behind the perimeter. Schreiber gets the kind iron. She's up to 13 points already tonight. Jordan Kudra just able to sprint it down the floor, but an errant pass to the hands of Peterson. Moving quickly are the Raiders. Picking up her dribble there was Griswold into the middle, gives it up, gets it right back. Drives it, has some room off the glass, too much on it. Yankton gets a defensive stop. As the second quarter, they've played better defensively than we saw in the first quarter. Hoping to build off of that. They trail 17. Wolf Graham kicks it out to the far side. Nora Kraske spins it. Nearly lost the basketball, and a pass there. Wells had her shot blocked by Seyu Manatafa, and it goes out of bounds. Brenna Elwood checks in here for Yankton. As well as September Rao. Wolf Graham and Jocelyn Elwood to the bench. Yankton with it. Kelson Wells brought it to the lane, has picked up her dribble. Her handoff to Rao was poked free, and Hallie Peterson gets a steal and takes it the other way. Up ahead, they move it. Driving baseline, Griswold gets blocked off. Raiders looking to reset here. Hallie Peterson up top, a good look from 3, no. Offensive rebound there, though. Hallie Peterson puts it in for 2 more. 30-11, a big-time lead for the Raiders and a chance to extend it after another forced turnover. Schreiber tries it off the glass, no. Rao brought it all the way down, then gave it up to Kudera, who finds an open Wells. Mid-range jumper falls. 30-13, 4:15 to play in the second quarter of action here. The Raiders lead the Gazelles. Griswold gives it up. Schreiber, another attempt, falls short. And why not attempt it? You've got 13 already. You're feeling pretty good about the game. Just couldn't get that one to drop. Rao, a dangerous pass to Wells. It's taken away. Mackenzie Schreiber the steal. Schreiber brings it down the floor, finds an open Haley Falcon. Parries it from 3. We are back up to a 20-point lead for Stevens here. 3.5 to play in the third quarter. Nora Kraske, the answer 3, yes. Feels like Yankton needed that one badly. And now they need some stops on the defensive side. Falcon spins it, then kicks it. Schreiber, no. Schreiber not afraid to pull the trigger from deep. Up top, Wells bobbled the pass, brings it down, and is stopped there by Seyu Manatafa. Ball's on the floor, fight for the basketball. Raiders end up with it. Up ahead, Seyu Manatafa, Euro step into the lane, count the bucket and the foul. Seyu Manatafa scores the bucket, and the foul goes against Brenna Elwood. That'll be her first personal and team's first. It's the only foul we have right now in the second quarter, as Jocelyn Elwood will check back in for Kelson Wells. Marley Seyumanatafa at the free throw line again here. 3 points for her tonight. I believe that would have been 5 points. The scoreboard has her at 3. I believe she's at 6 now, after the three-point play was converted. With it on offense here, the Gazelles, and a pass too high from Brenna Elwood goes out of bounds. This Rapid City Stevens defense is just unreal. They are not giving up anything easy to Yankton tonight. They've forced a number of turnovers, and it has definitely led to offense on the other side. Finley Love out to Haley Falcon. Quick release from 3. That one falls short, but an offensive rebound for the Raiders. Falcon again with it to the elbow. Loses the basketball. It's picked up there. Portlock gets the shot to drop, and it's the largest lead of the night here for the Raiders. 38-16. 2:05 to play in our first half of action. Coming up, our Vishay Yankton halftime show, as well as our halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. And now a timeout from Coach Savvy. He's already used 3 timeouts in tonight's game. Another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. When we return, it's 38-16, the Raiders on top.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kalen's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kalen's to anyone.
38-16 the score, with the Gazelles trailing Rapid City Stevens here in Yankton. Appreciate you tuning in to Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube here tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Tristan Nelson and Connor Schultz. If you enjoy Yankton athletics, consider subscribing to Yankton streaming on YouTube, as you'll be notified every time we go live with Yankton athletics. With under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter, Yankton with the basketball. They move it right to left. White jersey and shorts against this tough Raiders defense. Wolf Graham gives it up. Rao now. Kudera with it, as took a step before the dribble and called with a travel. Another stop from this Rapid City Stevens defense. So the Raiders, more likely than not, going to have a 20-plus point lead going into the half. Yankton would like to just chip away at it a little bit, as there's just over 90 seconds to play in the second quarter. On the near side, Finley Love had some space. Another 3 drops, and the Raiders 41 first half points so far. 41-16, and Gazelles needing something badly. Wolfgram brings it down the floor. Gives it up to Kudera. Kudera got a screen from Elwood. Takes it twice. Now Rao with it. Tries driving with it. Lost the basketball. They'll say last touch by Hallie Peterson of the Raiders. 15 seconds on the shot clock here for Yankton. It is a 25-point difference tonight. Jocelyn Elwood lofts it up top to Rao, who has to make the impressive catch. Rao back to Elwood, and a quick few passes, finds Wolfgram. Takes a dribble back to Kudera, looking for anything. Nora Kraske launches the triple off the front iron. It bounces, and another chance to extend their lead here. Down low, what a pass! And the finish there by Jessa Griswold. The Raiders looking incredible in this half of basketball. A 1.5 second difference between shot and game clock here. 43-16. Yankton trails the Raiders. Wolfgram setting up her team's offense. They want to take the final shot of the first half. Gives it up to September Rao. Rao hands it off Kraske. And now into the corner. A foul as Jocelyn Elwood caught it, but For Yankton, 3.3 seconds to shoot. You've got time for one, maybe two moves here before a shot's got to go up. Charlie Damas tagged with her first personal and the team's first. Only one foul on each side in this second quarter. Elwood gives it up to Rao. Rao brings it in, off the glass, too much on it, and that will send it to the half. 43-16 your score. The Gazelles trail. It's a 27-point deficit as we enter our Vichay Yankton halftime show. We've also got our Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning halftime beyond the game. That's all on the way here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Rabin Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Rabin Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Rabin Books, where every book finds a home.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up, and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Now time for the Vichay Yankton Halftime Show. Vichay, define the world's future. Vichay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vichay, building the DNA of tech. Now, back to courtside for all the game trends, stats, and more.
And during our Vichay Yankton halftime show, a big advantage swinging in the favor of Rapid City Stevens as they lead 43-16 at the halfway point here tonight. Your stats at the half for the starters for Yankton: Jocelyn Elwood, 1 rebound and 2 steals. Eden Wolfgram, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a steal. Nora Kraske with 3 points and a rebound. That all 3 came off of 1 shot downtown. Jordan Kudrow with 2 points and 2 assists. And September Rao with 5 points. She leads the team in that category and 2 rebounds. Off of the bench tonight for Yankton, Kelson Wells with 4 points and 2 rebounds. It's been a nice night off the bench for Wells, who, again, a player that's really seen a lot of improvement this season. We've also seen Brenna Elwood in the game with 1 rebound. Not much foul trouble, though, for Yankton tonight. Jocelyn Elwood, Kelson Wells, and Brenna Elwood all with just 1 apiece here tonight. On the floor, as for senior night, the color guard performing on the floor. As it's now time for your halftime Beyond the Game. That's brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. For Friday at Yankton High School, earlier they had the High School Art Wars at USD. That started as early as 9 a.m., some wrestling and gymnastics, and of course, plenty of basketball. Tomorrow there will be a doubleheader against Rapid City Central. Again, the Gazelles start at 12:30. We'll be live with it pregame at noon on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. As the Bucks and Gazelles both will be in action. There will also be a lot of basketball between JV, 9A, all that going on. The gymnastics varsity state tournament continues on into the weekend, and nothing going on Sunday or into early next week on Monday. Then into Tuesday, again, more basketballs. We're hitting that time of season where it's pretty much basketball every night of the week, it feels like. Nothing going on Wednesday, and about a week, not quite a week from today, on Thursday, there will be middle school basketball and wrestling with a girls varsity regional tournament. And then a week from today, on Friday, the SDMEA Middle School All-State Orchestra will be going on noon to 9 p.m. at Mitchell High School Performing Arts Center. Basketball, another doubleheader that we will have coverage of, and the wrestling boys varsity regional tournament. That is your halftime Beyond the Game. It's brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. For the Gazelles at the half, they trail 43-16. They need a big second half here to try and get back into this one. But this Raiders team is not going to make it easy. I mean, just talk about a talented squad in Rapid City Stevens. And we heard Coach Dannenbrink talk about it. It's not really one player that just dominates. It is an entire team of a lot of seniors who all do their part and do a great job of that. With 1 8th grader starting and 4 seniors, that's certainly been the case here. Now, we have seen Mackenzie Schreiber with 13 points has led our team on offense, but it really hasn't felt like it's been the Schreiber show. It's really been a team effort. For Yankton, we'd love to see Eden Wolfgram get going, but it's tough when you play this good of a defensive squad and you're the number 1 option on your team. You know they're going to pay extra attention to you, so we'll see how that pans out. If Jordan Cooter or September Rao, maybe Wells, just somebody to get things rolling, take some of that pressure off of Wolfgram. We'll see if the Gazelles can narrow the gap entering the second half. We'll take our final break of the half, and when we return, 43-16, Stevens leads, and that will be the start of the third quarter here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian district of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Third quarter just about ready to get underway here as Rapid City Stevens up 43-16 over the Gazelles. And really, it's been a big part because of their defense, and their shooting from range has really been impressive as well tonight. Our second quarter starts. Gazelles have the basketball, and they'll move it left to right as we are officially rolling here in Yankton. Wolfgram just getting hounded right now with full court pressure, and she's going to get fouled. And that's one the Raiders probably don't hate to see. It's an aggressive foul on defense. But, I mean, that's an effort foul right there. 16 seconds in, we got a foul that goes against Hallie Peterson, and Yankton again inbounding it, this time in their own half court. Rao picked up her dribble way downtown. And now a pass down low. Kudrow was just barely able to reel it in, and I'm not sure they're going to say she stepped on the line there. I believe so, and that will be a turnover. And it will give it right back to the Raiders. Raiders with their first offensive set here of the second half. A 27-point lead. They have just been all around good here tonight. Hallie Peterson brought it within the three-point line and then took it back out. Pick and roll action here with Seyu Manatafa. Up around the perimeter, they move it now. Finley Love tries getting it in to Mackenzie Schreiber. Wolfgram takes it the other direction. Rao with it, has some spacing on the layup, but just put a little too much on it. Jordan Kudrow, the offensive rebound, and now every Yankton starter has a rebound. Nora Kraske drives it straight to the rack, puts it in for two. She's now up to 5 points. Up ahead, Seyu Manatafa working against Kraske, gets stopped. Looking for someone to help her out as she picked up her dribble, and now a timeout called early by Coach Dannenbring of the Raiders. It's another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back in just a moment.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers two menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
A quick break there as Coach Dannenbring, less of a timeout of wanting to talk things over, more of just trying to save his team from turning the basketball over here. And an inbound for the Raiders, again moving it right to left as you watch it on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Seyu Manatafa had a great look there, but put just a little bit too much on that shot attempt. Yankton breaks the full court press, and they get back to work on offense. September Rao with it. Nearly lost her dribble, drives it to the rack, scores it, gets the foul, and one. September Rao puts it in for two, a chance for three as we watch the replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. Second generation family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. The free throw off the back iron doesn't drop, and now Rao pulls away with a steal. Yankton with some momentum in the corner three. Kudrow couldn't get it to drop, gets her own rebound, brings it baseline, and loses it out of bounds, but it was last touch there by the Raiders. Down to a 23-point lead. Yankton on a 4-0 run. 43-20 the official score, was 6:06 to play in the third quarter. Kudrow fakes the pass, drives it, and touches out of bounds. A turnover by Yankton's offense. Stevens looking for their first bucket of the second half. The pass just a little too high. Nearly saved by Wolfgram. And goes out of bounds. Coach Dannenberg not happy with his squad on that inbounding attempt. They get it in successfully this time, and Yankton will back off. Mackenzie Schreiber brings the ball down the floor. She leads all scorers in the game with 13. Gazelles did a nice job playing that pick and roll. Now Finley Love with it as it's knocked out of bounds. Wolfgram got a hand on it, and it stays with the Raiders. 18 to shoot for them. Down low, they move it, and the pass, too much on it, going the other direction. Yankton, a nice start to the second half here. And a chance to narrow that gap even more. Rao bounces it into Wolfgram as Wolfgram gets doubled up, lofts it up to Kudera. Kudera splits the defenders, moves it across the floor quickly. Now out to Nora Kraske. Open look from downtown, off target. And another offensive rebound here for Yankton. Wolfgram with it, drives with it, left it short on the layup. Taken over by the Raiders, who want to move it quickly. Up ahead, Seyumana Tafa left the layup short. Jocelyn Elwood brings in her fourth rebound of the night. 5:05 to play, still at 43-20. Yankton's defense has really played well, but now a turnover. Seyumana Tafa has Rao in her way. Rao got a hand on it, fouls her. Doesn't matter as Seyumana Tafa scores it. For an eighth grader, she has certainly played well tonight. She's up to 8 points, possibly 9. Rao, her first personal of the game, team's first overall, and that was the first score here for the Raiders in the second half. 3 minutes in, so Yankton's defense has certainly picked it up. We did see that in the second quarter, but then the Raiders' offense kind of took over late. Ball was knocked out of bounds after a missed free throw, and Yankton gets away with only a 2-point play for the Raiders. Wolfgram fakes the pass, trying to get something rolling here. A dangerous pass to Rao. Her foot was on the line, and a turnover by Yankton. Brenna Elwood will check back in for the Gazelles here. Eden Wolfgram takes to the bench. Under 5 minutes to go in our third quarter of action. Driving with it, Finley Love off of the glass it goes. Yankton a 5-on-4 opportunity. They move it quickly, but then turn it over. Great recovery defense there by the Raiders, but the ball stripped away. Kelson Wells comes away with it. Wells wanted to bring it coast to coast, lost the basketball. Brenna Elwood dives on it as she slides out of bounds with the basketball. A lot going on here on the floor. Moving quickly down the floor are the Raiders. Haley Falcon gets the bucket. Scores her 8th points of the game. Rao nearly lost the basketball there. Lucky to still have it. Her pass luckily gets into Kudera, who drives the scoop layup around and in. Raiders back to it on offense. Hallie Peterson gives it up. Haley Falcon. Falcon drives. A spin into the lane. Can't get back-to-back baskets as Nora Kraske brought in the rebound and now is fouled as she was bringing it down the floor. Haley Falcon, her second personal. Their team up to 3 in the third quarter. Yankton will check in Eden Wolfgram and Jocelyn Elwood. They're along with Kelson Wells, Jordan Kudera, and Brenna Elwood. Jessa Griswold covering Eden Wolfgram on the inbound. And again, a double from Stevens. Wells wanted to give it up to Kudera, but some miscommunication goes out of bounds. Another turnover. So the Raiders, again, I haven't kept track of the amount of turnovers they've forced. It's certainly over double digits here tonight. Moving with it, Hayden Thornton gives it up. Falcon settles in for a corner three off the front side of the rim and can't drop. Yankton the rebound, nearly turning it over. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Gazelles. Savvy will take his 4th timeout of the night. He's only got 1 for the remainder of the game. It's a full timeout. We'll take it when we return. 47-22 your score with Rapid City Stevens on top.
What does FloorTech do? When disaster strikes, water damage, mold growth, or fire cleanup, call the team you can trust. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. They respond fast to protect your home or business and restore it the right way with honesty, integrity, and top-notch service. Their crews proudly serve southeast South Dakota and northeast Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. For 24/7 emergency service, call 800-507-1822. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech or visit them at floortechrestoration.com.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver.
3:18 to go in the third quarter. It's 47-22. Stevens at the lead. Gazelles with the basketball. Eden Wolfgram has it on the Yankton Y. Hands it off Brenna Elwood. They move it around the horn. Kudera drives to the baseline, gets stopped. Looking for anything, just a pesky defense they face here tonight. Wolfgram decides to toss up a three, and it's the right call as that one finds the bottom of the net. Wolfgram gets a quick steal and puts it in for another two. And just like that, she's got 7 points. 47-27 now the lead as Seyu Manatafa gets it down low off the glass and in. She's scored double digits here tonight. 49-27, Yankton with the basketball. Seyu Manatafa nearly had that one, knocked it out of bounds. Nora Kraske checks in place of Jordan Kudera here for Yankton. A quick burst of scoring, though, here for the Gazelles. Late in the third quarter, 5 in a row for Eden Wolfgram. It's one of the things we talked about at halftime. You'd love to see her get going. Wolfgram gives it up, Nora Kraske. She's got a defender in Griswold all over her. Brings it to the lane, fights for the basketball, finds an open Brenna Elwood. Her jumper's pure. Yankton has got the scoring started here. 49-29. They've gotten it back down to a 20-point lead. With it, the Raiders on offense. Hayden Thornton drives with it. No good on her shot attempt. Dangerous pass towards the middle, but Wolfgram, an acrobatic catch. Looks more like a wide receiver than a basketball player there. Just an overall great athlete here, as she will be going on to play soccer in college. Already committed, and miscommunication there. Jocelyn Elwood kind of passed it right into the Raiders. No good on the fast break layup. Jocelyn brings it in. Her 5th rebound. She leads the entire team in that category. Up ahead, Yankton moves it as we near the 1 minute mark. Wolfgram is fouled quickly, and maybe not the worst foul there by Rapid City Stevens, as it was a 5-on-4 there for Yankton. The foul going against Haley Falcon, her 3rd personal. The team's 4th now. Any more fouls will result in bonus free throws for Yankton. September Rao checks in place of Jocelyn Elwood, who Elwood hasn't scored in this game, but she's certainly had an impact. Inbound gets into Wolfgram, thought long and hard about the three. Loses her dribble but retains possession. Gets the screen and the switch. Over to Brenna, moves it. Brenna Elwood drives and scores it. Brenna Elwood with a couple of buckets here as it's an under 20-point lead for the Raiders. The Gazelles have answered nicely here in the third quarter. as they trailed by 27 at the half. Jessa Griswold has it for Rapid City. Stevens gives it up. Hayden Thornton loses the basketball. Eden Wolfgram, another steal. Trying to bring it coast to coast as her shot denied out of bounds. Talk about a great defensive effort there from Jessa Griswold, avoiding the foul, and now the rest of her team can catch up on defense. A 7.5 second difference between shot and game clock. Yankton inbounding it here. Wolfgram had some spacing, didn't take the triple. Gives it up to Wells down low. Bounce pass that one. I don't know how it got through, but it did, as Seyu Manatafa nearly taking that basketball the other way. It goes out of bounds, and another inbound coming up. Gazelles trail 18, a chance to get even closer in striking distance as Wolfgram gives it up. Rao downtown for the triple. Off the left side of the rim it goes. Offensive rebound as Kraski's fouled on the shot attempt. Kraski credited with the offensive rebound, but really was knocked into her from Eden Wolfgram. Mackenzie Schreiber, her third personal, and her team's fifth, so bonus for Yankton, but with only 16.5 seconds to go, Raiders probably not too worried about it. Nora Kraski for a pair at the line, drops the first of two. She's up to 6 points on the night, a 4.5 point per game scorer. Her average will go up a little bit after tonight. Speaking of averages going up, Jocelyn Elwood averages 1.2 rebounds per game. She's got 5. Kraski perfect at the line in that trip. And it's down to a 16-point deficit for Yankton. 49-33, 11 seconds here to go in the third quarter. No good on the layup attempt is the Raiders. Offensive rebound, Seyu Manatafa can't get it to go. Rao gets the rebound and Yankton off to the races. Rao can't get the shot up in time, but Coach Savvy has to be happy with his squad. They brought it down to a 49-33 game. They trailed 27 at the half, now only trail 16. We'll take a break. When we return, the final 8 minutes of a good one.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism, toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
24 minutes into this one, 8 minutes to go of game time. 49-33. The Raiders lead the Gazelles entering our fourth quarter. Rapid City Stevens will open with the basketball. Yankton trailed as much as 27. It's down to 16 here, looking to continue that impressive third quarter play. Hallie Peterson with it, kicks it out to the far side. Finley Love and gets it right back into the lane. She drives it, no good on her shot attempt, and that's going to be a foul against Marley Seyu Manatafa. That is the first in the fourth quarter. Only 22 seconds in, and Yankton gets a quick stop on defense. Couple of quick buckets could have them in this. Up ahead, a fast break here as Nora Kraski tried driving, got stopped. Brenna Elwood into the lane, kicks it out Wolfgram. She'll now set up the offense as kind of a frantic set for a bit there. Nora with it, takes a dribble up towards the top, gives it up. Wells on the pick and roll, and it will be a jump ball. It'll stay with Yankton, but 12 seconds to shoot only. And a little discussion, making sure they know it's a jump ball and not a foul there, I think. 10 seconds to shoot here for Yankton. Nora Kraski with it, gives it up Wolfgram, drives it into the lane, throws it up. tried drawing some contact, couldn't get the shot, got her own rebound. Wolfgram this time with some room, again leaving it short. Felt like a great opportunity there for Yankton. They'll have to settle without points on that possession. On the far side, Schreiber leaves the three-point attempt short. Kraske brought in the rebound, will bring it down the floor. Rao between the legs, works against Seyu Manatafa. Has the ball poked free, but it's another foul against Marley. That's now her third personal, the team's second. If Yankton wants to mount quite the comeback, the inbound, a dangerous pass, but Brenna didn't touch it as it went half court. And a foul now on Mackenzie Schreiber. That's already 3 fouls. If the Gazelles can work it in a little bit more. I mean, 2 fouls away from the bonus already with 6:35 to play in the fourth quarter, but Yankton needs some points. Brenna Elwood has it nearing the Yankton Y. She works against Haley Falcon. Drives it on the near side, has some space, put too much on the layup. Up ahead, moving it are the Raiders. Hallie Peterson, Euro into the lane. Sinks it for 2, and the scoring has officially started here in the fourth. Yankton with it. Kelson Wells, her pass out to Nora Kraske, was read by Haley Falcon, knocks it out of bounds. It's an 18-point difference. It's not impossible, but Yankton going to have to do a lot. Up top, Nora Kraske from deep. That one off the iron it goes, and the other direction we move again. Stevens with it. Finley Love kicks it out. Haley Falcon, the triple, no. Off target, but an offensive rebound. Hallie Peterson. Up top, Jessa Griswold wide open, and that one's going to touch the top part of the support system for the hoop, and it'll be a dead ball. Jordan Kudrow will check in for Yankton. She's in a floor made up of Jocelyn Elwood, Eden Wolfgram, Nora Kraske, and Kelson Wells. Elwood trying to lob it in, but the pass taken away, a turnover, and Yankton fouls. The foul goes against Jordan Cooter. That's her first personal. That's only the team's overall 5th foul in the entire game, their first of the quarter. Inbound gets into Haley Falcon. They move it down low. Seyu Manatafa just makes it look easy. 2 more points for the 8th grader. Yankton able to inbound it this time. Wells spins across the defenders, brings it down the floor, gives it up Wolfgram, who takes a couple of dribbles, takes the 3, wide open. It's nothing but net. Eden Wolfgram the triple, Wells the assist, and a timeout. It's the 5th and final timeout for Coach Savvy and his squad. 53-36. It is a 17-point game. We'll take a 30-second break. When we return, the remainder of this one.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District. Through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
53-36, 5:15 to play in this one. Stevens leads, but Yankton has won the second half by 10 points. It's been an impressive showing for them against a top 5 team in the state. Stevens with the basketball, and now full court pressure from the Gazelles. Raiders struggling to get the inbound in, but they do get it to Finley Love and now move quickly across the floor. Jessa Griswold with it. and slows things down to set up her team's offense. Well, we're not going to slow things down. Haley Falcon will quick swish in a three. It's back to a 20-point deficit as Yankton works it on offense. The scoring has slowed down for them since that late third quarter run. Kudera bounces it over to Jocelyn Elwood. Elwood now far side to Wolfgram. Wolfgram makes a move, drives with it, and she's fouled. Was it on the shot, or is it going to be on the floor? They'll say it was a shooting foul, and so Finley Love, her second personal, but team's fourth already. Any fouls from here on out, Yankton will be sent to the free throw line outside of possession fouls. After this, we'll have a quick First Dakota National Bank post-game show right into our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show for the Bucks and Raiders. As a doubleheader here tonight, you'll want to keep it tuned in for some great basketball yet to come. Wolfgram made the first of two free throws. She's got 11, leading her team in scoring, now 12. Gazelles have been good at the free throw line, only missing one. They're 9 of 10 on the night. Raiders are able to run the basketball right around that full court press of Yankton. Hayden Thornton moves it into the lane. Left-handed scoop layup. The senior guard off the bench, but a highlight reel play here. Keeps her team with a 20-point lead. Wells screens for Kudera, drives it, and maybe dragged that pivot foot. Won't be called for it. Jocelyn Elwood into the corner, three off the back iron it goes, and brought in Mackenzie Schreiber on the rebound. Halfway through our fourth quarter, 58-38. Rapid City Stevens leads this one. Finley Love hands it out. Up top, they move it now. Hallie Peterson drives it into the lane, has some room, scores it. Now back to a 22-point lead for the Raiders with 3:39 to play. Feels like might just be too much for Yankton here tonight as Wolfgram hits it out to Kudera. Had a great look. No good, but an offensive rebound. Wolfgram gets her third triple of the night. Jocelyn Elwood, the rebound, and then the assist. Moving quickly, Schreiber scores it for two. Every time Yankton does something, it just feels like right there to pick it back up are the Raiders. Kudera, nice hesitation move, but then gets doubled in the lane, kicks it out to Kelson Wells. Wolfgram calls for Kudera. Kudera gets a screen. Takes it to the middle of the floor, drives with it. Her shot denied out of bounds. Seyu Manatafa, absolutely not. Now checking in for Yankton is Addison Muth, Sabrina Kraske, and Brenna Elwood. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Dannenbring. More likely than not, it'll be our final timeout of the night. Another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. We'll take the break and be back in just a moment. This is Gazelles Basketball on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Gazelles with the basketball as we return, and they didn't need much of that 60-second timeout. As heading to the free throw line is Nora Kraske, as Seyu Manatafa picks up her 4th personal, and now officially in the bonus is Yankton. Kraske drills the free throw. All of the seniors for Yankton are on the floor, along with Brenna Elwood, the freshman. Kraske, another swish. She's 4 for 4 at the line. 9 points for her tonight. 62-43, 2:35 to go in this one. Rapid City Stevens on their way to their 12th win of the season. Driving with it is Hallie Peterson. She's fouled on the attempt. Now she's got free throws coming up. Kelson Wells picks up her 2nd personal. It's only the team's 2nd of the quarter, and that's honestly one thing the Gazelles have done very well, is not fouling much in tonight's action, as the first free throw is missed from Peterson. Next one drops, and it's 63-43. Still full court pressure from this Raiders basketball team. Aggressive as it gets on defense. Gazelles with it. Brenna Elwood takes a screen from Wells. Gets the switch on to Seyu Manatafa. With it here, Nora Kraske gives it up. Wells driving with it, wanting some room in the lane, and the shot denied, rebounded by Jessa Griswold. Up ahead, Hallie Peterson moves it, and Mackenzie Schreiber wants another bucket. She can't get that one. Fight for the rebound. Stays here as it goes out of bounds. Stays with Rapid City Stevens. With it here, Peterson gives it up. Hayden Thornton can't get the 3 to drop, and Brenna Elwood, her 2nd rebound of the night. Mackenzie Schreiber is all over Brenna Elwood. Ball is knocked free, taken the other direction. Hayden Thornton on the fast break. She'll score 2. And now another timeout called, I believe. No, not a timeout, just some subs here for Rapid City Stevens is now in. Lexi Portlock, Erica Clough, Haley Falcon. Oh, we've got a 15. I don't have a 15 on my roster. So one unknown as we've got 90 seconds to go in this one. 65-43, Rapid City Stevens again going to be able to pull away with their 12th win of the season. Just a good basketball team. Kelson Wells has the ball knocked free. It goes over to the hands of Sabrina Kraske, and a jump ball gives it right back to the Raiders. Now into the basketball, Charlie Damas, a sophomore for the Raiders. Savvy's going to keep his squad out there, and more likely than not, because it's 4 seniors, all of the seniors for Yankton on the floor. It is senior night. Stevens with the basketball. Haley Falcon with it. 15 on the 3, and she puts it in. Unfortunately, I don't have her on my roster, so I can't give her credit, but she's on the scoreboard tonight. 68-43, a 25-point difference. Nora Kraske has it into the lane, loses the basketball. Up ahead, moving quickly are the Raiders, but then taken away. Wells, her 2nd steal of the night. Yankton moves it quickly. Corner 3 there. Sabrina Kraske, looks like maybe the shot was deflected. The rebound went to Stevens, but then out of bounds they went. And a whole new squad in here for Yankton. Jordan Cooter along with Olivia Woods, Isabel Sheldon, and Madeline Tarashinsky. The seniors are done here for the night. A 5.5-second difference between shot and game clock. Brenna Elwood with it beyond the perimeter, picks up her dribble, gives it to Kudera. Kudera drives with it. Her left-handed layup falls in for 2. 17 seconds to play here. 68-45. Haley Falcon has it with the Raiders, and it looks like Stevens going to be happy to just dribble this one out. Your final score, 68-45. 68-45 as the Gazelles drop to 5-9 on the season. Coming into this one, they had won 3 of their last 4. Still, having won 3 of your last 5, they'll now look forward to tomorrow as they host the Rapid City Central Cobblers, a team who's very close to them in the standings. That is going to be a huge game tomorrow. Of course, coming up on the floor here tonight, the Yankton Bucks will take on the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. And a score update for Rapid City Central girls. They trail Harrisburg 35-14 with a minute left in the third quarter. Your final score, 68-45. We'll turn around for a quick First Dakota National Bank post-game show with your Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game, and then right into our pregame for the Bucks coming up.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area, guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
And again, for a quick First Dakota National Bank post-game show, the Gazelles falling 68-45 to the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. One thing to note, they actually won the second half by 4 points. You know, if it wasn't for that first quarter, Yankton certainly held their own against the Raiders. Your final stats, Jocelyn Elwood with 6 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Eden Wolfgram led the way in scoring, 15 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and 4 steals. Noah Kraske, 9 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Jordan Kudor with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for the rest of the starters, September Rao, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. Coming off the bench for the Gazelles, Kelson Wells, 4 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Brenna Elwood, 4 points and 2 rebounds. We also saw game time for Addison Muth, Isabel Sheldon, Sabrina Kraske, Olivia Woods, and Madeline Tarashinsky. Unfortunately, the Gazelles fall 68-45 to the Raiders. It's time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Hot hands of the game belong to, I'm giving it to Nora Kraske. 9 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Just a great game for Nora, and felt like every time she was shooting the basketball, it was dropping. She knocked one down from beyond the perimeter, and every free throw, I think every free throw was nothing but net. Sonora Kraske, our hot hands of the game, brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. As we now switch gears into the second game of the doubleheader, as the Bucks host the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Right now, these two teams looking to pick up some late season wins to try and give themselves a better chance when it comes to the Sodak 16. Rapid City is 5-10 and currently the 13th seed in AA, while Yankton enters the game as the 18th seed in AA and a 2-11 record. Yankton coming off a 2-game stretch where they're happy with the play they've seen. 1 win over Pierre and a close loss against Sioux Falls Roosevelt, who has a good case as a top 2 team in the state. For the Raiders, they've lost their last 4 games against Brandon Valley, O'Gorman, Brookings, and Watertown. They look to snap that streak tonight, but the Bucks need some wins to get into the top 16 in the class. How do the teams compare this year so far? Well, this year's numbers, Yankton scoring 49 points per game, to Rapid City Stevens' 53 points per game. On the defensive side, Yankton allows 55 points per game. Rapid City has given up a lot with 63 points per game. Last year when they faced off, it was 47-44, a game that was won by the Bucks. And what a game it was last season. It was a 3-point game, and even better, it was a game winner near half court for Jackson Kudera that gave the Bucks the win. And it looks like we might be in for a similar game this year as the teams score a similar number of points. Stevens giving up about 8 more points per game defensively. In this one, I don't think the Bucks need to score a whole lot more than their average, but you'd have to feel good if you can reach 55 or more. It's 2 evenly matched teams on the way with the Bucks and Raiders coming up. We'll take a quick break. I got a chance to talk with just head coach Chris Haynes of the Bucks. So we'll take that break. When we return, our chat with Coach Haynes of Yankton. That's here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotes. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Starting the First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Back on our coaches' conversations, chatting with Chris Haynes of the Bucks. Coach, last in action, your team really brought Sioux Falls Roosevelt to their limit. What went down in that game?
Yeah, I thought we competed at a high level again, which we have pretty much ever since the first week of January. After the first week of January, we've done a better job of some things that needs to be staples for us, and that's defense and rebounding. And then against Roosevelt, I thought, again, we played at a high level. We're up 1 at halftime and just kind of fell into a scoring rut. Beginning of the third quarter, we didn't score for over the first 4.5 minutes or so of the third quarter, and that just kind of got us where Roosevelt was able to make some baskets and some plays and get a lead, and then we were trying to play catch up, but we had the ball down 4 late in the fourth quarter a couple different times and had opportunities and just couldn't quite get over the hump. I think, if you make a couple of those plays, you can really put a lot of pressure on them, and maybe the outcome's different, but, we weren't able to do that. But still, I thought last week was a really good week of basketball for us. Obviously getting a road win at Pierre, and then only one day coming back, short rest and short prep, just having one practice to get ready for Roosevelt. And Roosevelt's super talented, and going up there and competing and playing the way we did, I thought was, again, one of our better weeks, if not our best week of basketball.
And it feels like your team is picking up steam as we enter late season. What does that kind of say about your guys, that they're able to maybe take some of the criticisms that were maybe given to them early in the season, and they're able to pretty much run with it?
Well, yeah, I think it's just staying the course. Obviously, we played a lot of really good teams, and not that every team is good and capable, but we played a lot of the top teams in the state, especially early on, and we're competitive in most games. I think we've had a chance to, really competitive, all except for the Sioux Falls Lincoln game got away from us. But other than that, our guys have shown great effort and tried, and we're proud of them for that. Obviously, we would have liked to have won a few more games and gotten over the hump, a couple of those close ones. But again, still think that we're starting and hitting our stride as far as, especially on the offensive end, and scoring a few more points and getting a few more baskets. So if we can continue to improve especially on defense and rebounding, and then make a few more baskets on the offensive end, take care of the basketball. Hopefully we can pull some games out here down the stretch.
Coming up now, it's the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, they're led by their point guard, number 0, the Pike kid, scoring like 17, 18 a game. He's really good, and he can take over a game and win it for them. So we got to make sure that we're doing a good job with him. And then they got a couple shooters with him. Number 2, the Christensen kid, can really shoot it and has been shooting it well here as of late. Big boy inside, Zimmerman, 6'6", sophomore, is really solid for him. And I'd say Stevens just overall is a strong physical team. And they really hit the offensive glass hard, so that's a concern for us to see if not only can we somehow slow them down and get stops, but then can we finish possessions with rebounds. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to take care of the basketball. Over the last 4 weeks here, we're getting good shots and good opportunities. It's just when we get into trouble, it's when we turn the ball over. And so we got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball on the offensive end.
And it's going to be senior night, so I'd like to take a moment to chat about the seniors for the Bucks and why you enjoy having them on your team.
Yeah, I love our seniors. They've done a great job this year and of leadership and staying positive and trying to do the things that we're asking them. Beck Reichen's been a staple in our program now for 3 years and 2-year starter, and just done a nice job handling the basketball and at the point guard position this season. Owen Eisnes came off the bench for us last year, started every game this year, has done a really nice job. Hasn't maybe scored as much as he would have liked, but has picked it up here as of late and hopefully continue to do that. And Abe's really come on. Abe O'Brien here the last couple weeks. And, last year missed pretty much all the season to an injury, and that's always hard your junior year, when that's a huge year for development and things. And so got off to a little bit of a slower start than he would have liked, I'm sure, but has really now got picked up and got some confidence. So hopefully those 3 guys can lead us to a victory here tonight.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. As always, good luck in this one.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks.
Again, you just heard from head coach Chris Haynes of the Yankton Bucks on our Coaches Conversations. Up next, the second of 2 games as the Bucks host Rapid City Stevens. Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
And back for a very quick Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. Anytime Fitness Yankton, let's make healthy happen, as the Yankton School song being played here in the crowd. And you know what that means. It's nearly game time as the Yankton Bucks hosting the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. The Raiders a 5-10 record for the Bucks. 2 and 11. Both looking for a win here tonight to try and boost their chances in the Sodak 16. Unfortunately for Yankton, if the season was over today, they would not be in that top 16, but certainly have some opportunities to win late in the stretch of games here. Last in action, the Bucks took on Sioux Falls Roosevelt, and again, that was over a week ago for the Bucks, so we'll see how they come out here tonight, but they fell to the Rough Riders 64-52, and actually led at the half over the number 2 team in the state. In that one, leading the way in scoring was Jackson Kudrow with 16, followed closely by Owen Eidsness with 15. Also scoring in that, Abe O'Brien had 8, 5 for Beck Reichen, 4 for Tegan LaCroix, and both Austin Conway and Miles Drotzman with 2 points apiece. Rebounding the basketball, Drotzman led the way with 6, followed by Abe O'Brien with 5. Jackson Kudrow had 4, Owen Eidsness with 3, Beck Reichen with 2, and Austin Conway with just 1. For the defensive side, Beck Reichen led the way with 3 steals. Owen Eidsness and Abe O'Brien each had 2. And then Miles Drotzman with 1. And again, it is senior night here tonight, so being honored on the floor right now is the Bucks seniors, and only a few of them, as it is Owen Eidsness, Abe O'Brien, and Beck Reichen. You heard Coach Haynes talk about why he enjoys having them on his squad, as all of them going to be starting tonight. Now, we're not quite to the starting lineups yet, but all 3 seniors will be starting. And the numbers for him this year, Beck Reichen was 7.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Owen Eidsness with just shy of 10 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game. And then Abe O'Brien with just shy of 4 points per game, about 2 rebounds per game, and a half assist per game. Again, those are the seniors for the Bucks, and Beck Reichen, Owen Eidsness, and Abe O'Brien. A doubleheader here tonight. Earlier you saw Rapid City Stevens pull away with a win over the Gazelles. Bucks trying to do the opposite of that and come away with a victory here tonight. As some other scores or some other games going on in AA boys. Hot Springs takes on Sturgis Brown. Number 2 ranked Sioux Falls Roosevelt against Watertown, who's receiving votes. That should be a good one. Number 3 ranked Harrisburg hosting Rapid City Central, who the Bucks will then host tomorrow, middle of the day. Sioux Falls Washington against O'Gorman. Sioux Falls Jefferson against Brookings, and Sioux Falls Jefferson at the half leads 38-25. Number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln currently leads Brandon Valley, who's receiving votes. Your score 42-21. And number 5 ranked T Area leads Sioux City East Iowa 27-20 late in the first half. Getting close to tip-off here on the floor. It's time for your starting lineups. Are brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling anytime, any day. We start with the visiting Rapid City Stevens Raiders, coached by Brandon Yellowrobe, first-year head coach of the Raiders, and currently a 5-10 record. Number 0, the senior guard, it's Seth Paw. Junior guard forward combo at 6'1", number 1, Lucas Marcus. A junior guard at 6'2", number 2, Anders Christensen. Junior forward at 6'2", number 10, Henry Hansen. And to round off the Raiders starting lineup, sophomore forward at 6 feet 6 inches tall, number 20, it's Andrew Zimmerman. It's now time to meet your Yankton Bucks starting lineup, presented by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion.
Beck Reichen, number 2, guard.
Owen Eidsness, number 3, guard. Jackson Kudrow, number 4, guard.
Abe O'Brien, number 5, forward. Austin Conway, number 52, center.
Again, those are your starting lineups presented by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. As on the floor still wrapping up their starting lineups, they just got finished with Rapid City Stevens, and now introducing the home team in the Yankton Bucks. Again, 3 starters in that lineup, and Beck Reichen, Owen Eisnes, and Abe O'Brien. They're the lone 3 seniors on this team total. Yankton as a squad puts up 49.2 points per game. They shoot just shy of 40% from the field, 27.5% from three-point range. And one area of them that they'd probably like to see improved is at the charity stripe, shooting only 62% on the year. They have an assist-to-turnover ratio, 0.82, and that's kind of hovered right around between 0.8 to 0.85 throughout the season. Kind of depends on how the last game went. As these teams are ready to take the floor, and we'll load up our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Bucks in their white jersey and shorts trimmed out in red. The Raiders in all blue jersey and shorts trimmed out in white, as it is game time. Andrew Zimmerman in the center circle. He'll be jumping against Abe O'Brien, and he's got about a 3-inch height advantage over Abe O'Brien. It's officially game time, and the ball is tipped and controlled by Yankton to start this one. The Bucks to work with it on offense for the first time here. Owen Eisnes with it to the far side. Abe O'Brien, they move it down low. Kudera fouled right away, and that's something Coach Haynes talked about in our pregame interview. Get to the line often and frequently. Foul goes against Andrew Zimmerman, his first personal in the first of our game, as Jackson Kudera to the line, and he's really a player we've seen develop a lot since last season, and then even just from this early season to now. Kudera misses the first of 2, as we were just talking about free throw percentage maybe not being where they'd like to see it at. But he swishes the next one in, and Yankton has the first lead of the game. The Raiders with it for the first time on offense. Anders Christensen brings it down the floor, hands it off to Seth Paugh. Paugh to Lucas Marcus as they move it around the horn. Now down low, Andrew Zimmerman tries bumping Conway, dishes it out instead. Austin Conway, a strong rebound, but loses it. Lucas Marcus strips it away and scores it for 2. Rapid City Stevens with their first lead of the night. We've already had a lead change, 45 seconds in. It's 2-1. Abe O'Brien with it, gives it out to Owen Eisnes. Beck Reichen gives it to Austin Conway, takes a couple of dribbles and kicks it out. Eisnes pump fakes the 3, drives into the lane, has the finishing touch, and in for 2. 2 lead changes in the first minute. 3-2, 6:50 to go. These are evenly matched teams. We'll see who comes out on top at the end of the night. Down low, they move it. Andrew Zimmerman over the top, no good. Conway, his second rebound of the night. The first defensive stop of the night for either side. Bucks move it right to left as you watch it. Owen Eisnes drives to the lane. It drops after rolling around the rim a few times. Owen Eisnes, 2 buckets early in this one. It's 5-2, Yankton on top, 6:15 to go in the first. Anders Christensen has it, working against Eisnes. They bounce it into Zimmerman, who has it at the elbow, drives with it, and back out it goes Christensen. The switch here that they were looking for, Kudera knocked the ball free, and the ball is up for grabs. Beck Reichen with the steal, and up ahead, Owen Eisnes, his 3rd field goal already of the night. Owen Eisnes, 6 points of his team's 7. Zimmerman from downtown, no good on the shot attempt. Conway the rebound, and Yankton, a great start in this one. Beck Reichen slowly brings it down the floor, gives it up to Abe O'Brien. O'Brien sends a screen to Kudera, tries driving it, gets stopped at the free throw line. Beck Reichen now with it into the lane as he's fouled. That'll be the 2nd foul on Rapid City Stevens of the first quarter. Lucas Marcus picks up his first personal, and Yankton a 7-2 lead early on in this one. They won their last matchup trying to go back-to-back years with a win against the Raiders. Inbound to Eidsness. He's feeling good, but left the three-point attempt short. Up ahead, Raiders move it quickly to Lucas Marcus. Into the lane, a jumper. Couldn't get that one, but Zimmerman, the offensive rebound, fight for the second opportunity. Raiders end up with it yet again. The Bucks finally pull it in and can set back up on offense. Beck Reichen has it. Looks for a screen, but gives it up to Eidsness, who gives it right back to Reichen at the Yankton Y. 17 to shoot here for Yankton as Lucas Marcus on defense. Abel Bryan is back turned to the basket at the elbow. Brings it out. Aggressive defense here from Stevens and Henry Hansen. Jackson Kudera wants the three. He knocks it in. What a start to the game here for the Bucks. 10-2 they lead. 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Ball was on the floor, recovered well there by Zimmerman. Kudera had the rebound into the hands of Eidsness. Up ahead, Beck Reichen can't get the fast break layup. A numbers game here for the Raiders. An open look from downtown. Christensen off the front iron it goes. A hectic last minute here on the floor. Yankton moves quickly, and a carry called on Abel Bryan. Miles Drotzman checks in place of Austin Conway. This has been an action-packed first 4 minutes. 10-2 though, Yankton leads already. 6 points for Owen Eidsness, 4 for Jackson Kudera. Aggressive defense pays off. Owen Eidsness comes up with the steal and the layup for Beck Reichen and the finish. Beck Reichen gets the bucket and the foul, a chance for a three-point play. We watch the replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. Anders Christensen on the foul, his first, his team's third, and Beck Reichen converts the three-point play. It's the largest lead of the night, 13-2. Yankton already a double-digit lead in the first quarter. Ball knocked free by Drotzman, out of bounds it goes. Coach Haynes has to be happy with his team's efforts so far tonight. Up 11 already against the Raiders. Seth Paugh gets the inbound in for Stevens. Works against Beck Reichen. At the elbow. Hands it out. Andrew Zimmerman trying to drive baseline with it. Nearly lost it. Goes up and can't get it. But another offensive rebound for the Raiders. Long distance three there. No good. Henry Hansen, the over-the-back call. That is the fourth foul already against the Stevens Raiders. The first against Henry Hansen, but any more fouls will put Yankton at the free throw line for bonus. (13-2), the Bucks lead. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Jackson Kudera gives it up to Owen Eidsness, and now Beck Reichen to get his team's offense set up. Miles Drotzman has the basketball in his hands for the first time. Hands it off. Kudera, swish! Nothing but net from three. The Bucks dominating the first quarter of play so far. 16-2, they lead under 3 minutes to go in our first 8 minutes. Seth Paugh has it for the Raiders, drives in, and now a foul called on Miles Drotzman. A large reaction from the Yankton crowd. They wanted a charge. They're not going to get it. A shooting foul here. Seth Paugh will head to the free throw line. Miles Drotzman, his first personal and team's first as well. Only 2 points in this game so far for the Raiders from Lucas Marcus, and Seth Paugh gets on the board with a made free throw. Grady Walder now checks in. Eidsness to the bench. During our halftime of this game, we'll chat with either Coach Savvy or an assistant coach of the Gazelles about their game we saw earlier tonight. And the second attempt for Paw, also good. Beck Reichen has it for Yankton. The Bucks student section making a lot of noise. Abe O'Brien hesitated, drove it baseline, kicks it out. Grady Walder, the pump fake. Walder will now give it up. Beck Reichen. Reichen takes a few dribbles, bounces it in, finds Abe O'Brien, had a good look at the bucket, and just lost the basketball. Would have been an easy 2 for Abe O'Brien, but instead turns the basketball over. Stevens with the last 2 points, a chance to go on a little bit of a run here as they try to narrow the gap, but the Bucks with a 12-point lead down low. A great inlet pass to Anders Christensen and a foul on Yankton. Not the worst foul, as had he not fouled, it would have been an easy layup, but Grady Walder will send him to the line with his first foul of the game. Anders Christensen, a chance for his first point, switches the first of 2. Eidsness and Conway check in place of Abe O'Brien and Jackson Kudera. Christensen goes 2 for 2, and the last 4 points of this first quarter belong to Rapid City Stevens. Will Nebelsick comes in for the first time for the Raiders. As we already had the subs for Yankton, Beck Reichen just sprints it down the floor and now is going to bring it back up top. Wanted to see if he could get a freebie, was unable to. Miles Drotzman drives up high off the glass. No, Austin Conway, the offensive board. He's fouled, and the bucket. Austin Conway, an offensive rebound, gets his first score of the night. He's fouled by Lucas Marcus, as again we watch the replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. Conway for the three-point play, doesn't convert, but Miles Drotzman, an offensive rebound. It stays with Yankton. Eidsness with it, gives it up, and Beck Reichen yet again setting up this team's offense. Eidsness with the move, tries bringing it in, a fading jumper, left it short. Raiders move it quickly down the floor. Tate Van Beek, shot denied. Miles Drotzman swatted that. Offensive rebounds for the Raiders and end up in a score for Tate Van Beek. Miles Drotzman, though, not the biggest player on the floor, only 6 feet tall, was not letting that get anywhere near the basket. 18-8 with a minute to play. Bucks lead on top of the Raiders. Miles Drotzman has it beyond the perimeter. Now to Conway, to Reichen. Reichen settles in for a deep 3, rattles in and out, no. That one was halfway down before it popped out. The crowd here might have come unglued had Reichen knocked that one in. Beck covering Seth Paw, not giving him any spacing, split right through the screen. Now not sure if it was a shot or an attempt, but Austin Conway swats it now. Austin Conway gets in on the block party. Yankton's defense with 2 big rejections already in this one. Inbounding here are the Raiders as it was put out of bounds. A good look from 3. Anders Christensen, no good. Kudera the rebound, gets it out before we had a jump ball. Some trap defense here from the Raiders. Yankton breaks it. 12 to play in the first quarter. They have a chance to take the final shot. They already lead double digits. It's 18-8, 5 now to shoot. Miles Drotzman gets into the elbow. His pass taken away, and no shot to close out the first quarter. After 8 minutes, it's 18-8. Yankton leads Rapid City Stevens right here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. We'll be right back for the second quarter.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
After 8 minutes, the Bucks lead it 18-8 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Raiders will open the second quarter with possession here. And the second quarter officially underway as the Raiders move it left to right as you watch it here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Heidsness made a little bit too much contact there on Anders Christensen. 8 seconds into the second quarter, picks up a quick foul. Another inbound coming up for the Raiders. Bridger Karn in for the first time, gives it up Seth Paw. Paw takes a screen, Reichen able to get up around it. Raiders looking for anything here as Yankton's defense is on them no matter where they're at. With it now, Tate Van Beek. Ball is knocked free to the hands of Beck Reichen. Off to the races we go, and Reichen slows it down. Finds an open Eidsness. Left the three short. Miles Drotzman, the offensive rebound, and it's going to be saved. What a sequence of events. Eidsness down low, draws contact, but won't get the foul call. Drotzman, another offensive rebound, puts this one in. 20-8. Yankton gets the first score of the second quarter. A quick three there, no good by the Raiders. Rebounded by Seth Paw, who took the triple. Paw hands it off. Now they move it to Van Beek at the top of the key. Gets stopped on his drive out to Bridger Kahn. Another three launched, and the long rebound. Seth Paw maybe got a hand on it before going back court. The official, no call. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They saw it better than I did. Lining up for a triple there, and no good is Will Nebelsick, as Drotzman finally gets the rebound up ahead. Owen Eidsness scores it. His fourth field goal of the night. What a start to the game for him tonight. It's 22-8. A timeout called on the floor here, and it's from Rapid City Stevens. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Locally owned for 4 generations, call them for water softening and purification, salt reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Again, your score is 22-8 with 6:16 to go in our first half of action. That's on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton, a full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizza, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. It is Stevens basketball, but the Bucks going to put the pressure on full court and knocked out of bounds, Beck Reichen. Reichen got a good part of the ball on that. What a start to the game it's been for Yankton, as nearly an unforced turnover there by Stevens, as Tate Van Beek kind of fell out of bounds. Luckily, he was able to get the ball out of his hands in time. Lucas Marcus with it, nearly lost the basketball. Now with it, Andrew Zimmerman wants to bring it baseline. He gets stuffed. Up top, they swing it. Corner three here. Lucas Marcus off the back iron. It goes. Beck Reichen, a good rebound. Yankton a chance to extend their lead even further as Reichen had it stripped away. Into the hands of Zimmerman it goes. Brings it the other direction. Tate Van Beek, a turning layup, is good. Rapid City Stevens, double-digit scoring now tonight. 22-10, Yankton leads. Riken hands it off to Kudera, now to Eidsness. Owen Eidsness back to Kudera, the deep three! Kudera can't miss his third triple of the night. 25-10, Yankton leads by 15, their largest of the night. Raiders with it on offense. It's Seth Paw against Beck Riken. He gets stopped in the lane, looking for somebody to help him out. And that one off of, I believe, Eidsness. Out of bounds it goes. Lucas Marcus was the intended target there. But the ball goes out of bounds. Eidsness didn't get a hand on it. He got a foot on it. In for the first time of the night, Ivan Hirschman for Yankton. 8 seconds to shoot here on this offensive set. Ball is knocked onto the hardwood. Fight for the basketball. With it is Jace Gingras. Whistles blow. Is it going to be a foul or a jump ball? It's a jump, and Yankton takes over. What an effort so far tonight. 4:37 to go in our second quarter. Kudera with it. He's already up to 10 points in tonight's game. Brings it near side to Drotzman. Right back to Kudera. The heat check leaves it short, but an offensive rebound. Owen Eidsness, his third board of the night. Ivan Hirschman with it, drives with it, off the glass. He can't get it to fall. Yankton had a couple of opportunities, couldn't finish the job. A quick three on the other side, no. Ends up with Owen Eidsness, lofts it up ahead to Jackson Kudera, takes a few dribbles and scores it. Jackson Kudera, 12 points already, and his team up 17. Into the lane, spinning Lucas Marcus, a short jumper, off target. Ivan Hirschman in the stat book now with a rebound. Halfway through our second quarter, it's 27-10. The Bucks lead Rapid City Stevens. Not really sure what happened there on the transfer from Kudera to Eidsness. See, from here it was hard to tell. It looked like it was just a lob out of bounds, but it looked like the Raiders apparently did get a hand on it. No argument from Coach Yellow Robe, so you got to assume it. Right in front of him, it's got to be the right call then. Drotzman sets up for the corner triple, put too much on it. Raiders want to move it quickly. Gingras drives with it, has it stripped free. Owen Eidsness, his second steal of the night. Eidsness, way too much, zipped that pass in there. Ivan Hirschman couldn't quite pull it in. Eidsness was probably used to seeing some passes like that as a receiver for the Bucks, but he put about everything he had into that pass. Raiders take over on offense, driving, and a good look there. Henry Hansen, his first score of the night. Only 3 minutes to go in our first half of action. Jackson Kudera with it. Spins it to the lane, gives it up. Abel Bryan drives it. Right-handed hook layup is in. 7 assists for Yankton already tonight. It's been some good team ball. Lucas Marcus has it, gives it Andrew Zimmerman. Fell to the ground. Got it off to Gingras, though. Zimmerman right back down low, spinning over the top of Abe O'Brien. And good positioning for O'Brien, but Zimmerman the height advantage and just did a nice job not letting the defense bother him there. Kudera with it to the free throw line, works his way down low. I don't know how he put it in, but he scores it up to 14 already. Ivan Hirschman nearly gets the steal as that one goes out of bounds. It's Raiders basketball. Kudera averages 14 points per game. He's up to 14 right now. Another timeout called on the floor, and it's Coach Yellow Robe of Rapid City Stevens. We'll take it with him. It's another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break when we return 31-14.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
And out of the break, an inbound from the Raiders, and back at it on offense. To the corner three, they move it, and a swish this time for Anders Christensen. Just feels like they haven't gotten many of those to drop tonight. A sigh of relief as they see that one find the bottom of the net. Yankton a 14-point lead with 105 seconds to play in our first half. Jackson Kudera gets it, drives to the lane. He's up to 16. Have yourself a night, Jackson Kudera. Hit the game winner on Stevens last year and now looks to put the game away. We're still in the first half, but he is out of his mind right now. Down low, a good pass and a wide open look for Gingras. Couldn't finish the job, though. Yankton leads 16 with the basketball. Coming up, our Vishay Yankton halftime show and our halftime chat with Coach Savvy, or an assistant, as Beck Reichen finds an open Abe O'Brien for two more. Another assist for Yankton. Anders Christensen wants another triple. He'll get another triple. 35-20 your score. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Yankton leads 15. Beck Reichen has it, working against Tate Van Beek, and a timeout for Coach Haynes. On the floor, it's his first timeout of the night. It's just a 30-second break. We'll take that 30-second break when we return. The final 45 seconds here of the second quarter.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
45 seconds to play in the first half. It's 35-20, Yankton leading Rapid City Stevens. And in my pregame, I said Yankton doesn't necessarily need to score a ton, but 55 plus, they should be happy. Well, right now they're pacing for a 70-plus point performance. Stevens, a team that does give up a lot of points, though. Foul here from Anders Christensen. That'll reset the shot clock. Now a 9-second difference between shot and game clock. That's his second personal. Team's only first, though, of the second quarter, so no real foul trouble. Another inbound coming up here for Yankton. Has an inlet pass to Beck Reichen. Conway finds an open Kudera, pump fakes, drives with it, kicks it out. Corner three, Beck Reichen left it short. Austin Conway, the offensive rebound, puts a shoulder down. Can't get the second opportunity. Driving quickly with it are the Raiders. They'd like to close out with a bucket here in the second quarter. Anders Christensen gives it to Seth Paw. Steps back, the triple off the backboard. Way too much on it. Conway, his 6th rebound of the night. 13 yet to shoot or to play in the second quarter. Kudera with the basketball. 8 seconds now. Finds Drotzman out to Beck Reichen. This three rims in and out. No good. Rebounded by the Raiders, and their half-court heave falls short. A hectic end to that second quarter. Your score 35-20. The Bucks leading this one as we enter the Vishay Yankton halftime show. We'll have your halftime stats and then our chat with either Coach Savvy of the Gazelles or one of the assistant coaches. It's coming up right here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. We'll be right back.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
Now time for the Vishay Yankton Halftime Show. Vishay, define the world's future. Vishay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vishay, building the DNA of tech. Now, back to courtside for all the game trends, stats, and more.
And your score at the half, 35-20, the Bucks leading Rapid City Stevens. It was a great first quarter for the Bucks. That's really when they put together that entire lead, and just overall, what a performance it's been from them so far here tonight. Your halftime stats: Beck Reichen with 3 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Owen Eisnes with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Jackson Kudera lights out in the first half, 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Abe O'Brien with 4 points and an assist. And to round off the starters, Austin Conway, 2 points, 6 rebounds, and he did have a big block down low. Coming off the bench for the Bucks, Ivan Hirschman we've seen. Haven't seen a whole lot of him this year, but did get in this first half here with 1 rebound so far. Miles Drotzman, 2 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a block. Miles Drotzman had a pretty nice swat down low as well. And we've also seen Grady Walder on the floor. Not sure if we'll get Coach Savier, one of the assistant coaches for the Gazelles. No worries if we don't. They are certainly busy. Some area scores around the state. In girls AA, T Area won 62-48 over Sioux City, East Iowa. Number 2 ranked O'Gorman defeated number 3 ranked Sioux Falls, Washington 84-58. And that just tells you how good the 2 top teams in AA are for girls. Harrisburg beat Rapid City Central 47-27. So Central and Gazelles both coming off of losses entering tomorrow's game, looking to get that back on track. And earlier it was 68-45 with Rapid City Stevens defeating Yankton. Sioux Falls Roosevelt won a close one over Watertown. The final score 51-49. Sturgis Brown currently at the half leads Hot Springs 26-10. Number 1 ranked Brandon Valley right now is trailing in the fourth quarter to Marshall, Minnesota. Now this would be their first loss of the entire season. And they score 56-48. And your final score update in girls AA, 58-26. Sioux Falls Jefferson leads Brookings, as we are now joined by head coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles here. And coach, you know, a loss, but that's a very good Rapid City Stevens team right there.
Yeah, you know, I just kind of felt like in the first half, we never really got there energy-wise and especially defensively. It just wasn't the team that we've been in the last 5, 6, even 7 games. I thought we've been playing some good defense with just high energy. We just didn't really see that in the first half tonight. And then that kind of translated itself to offense. We were not in an aggressive mindset. We were kind of caught on our heels a lot of the time tonight. You know, and we talked after the game. I felt like in the second half, we did some good things, and we attacked the rim and went out and had a really big third quarter and did as much as we could to kind of chip away back at that lead. And I just don't really think we let ourselves feel good about it. We just kind of were stuck in a little bit of a funk tonight. And so we just got to find a way to work out of that and make sure that we don't let that happen again, because I don't think Rapid City Stevens got our best shot tonight. They're a very good team, but I don't think they got our best shot.
And as you kind of mentioned, you guys actually won the second half by 4 points. You won the third quarter by double digits. I mean, your team was competing with one of the top 5 teams in AA right now.
Yeah, and that's the encouraging piece of things is I really felt like, you know, we were kind of a shell of ourselves a little bit at times and still seeing some good things happen in the second half and competing. And so it's just a good lesson for us. You know, the execution wasn't necessarily what was lacking. It just was our belief, our energy, and really letting each other feel good about those good things. Because when we bring energy and we let our defense lead to offense, we are a very good team. And we saw that tonight against, like you said, a good opponent. We just waited a little bit too long to get there, and we didn't get there enough.
And now coming up tomorrow, right back to it against Rapid City Central at 12:30. You know, talk me through that game.
They're going to be physical, and they're going to run the floor if you allow them to. And Leah Landry is a strong post that can play inside and outside for them. And she'll get downhill, and so we've got to have a really good gap presence. And our defense, it's got to be cranked back up to a 10 out of 10, and the energy's just got to be there from the beginning. And that's, you know, there's a temptation on those doubleheader type of games like this to be a little bit comfortable on that second game, and we just can't allow that from ourselves. We've got to make sure we do everything possible to come out with a lot of energy and make sure we're the ones setting the tone as far as pace of play and physicality.
All right, Coach, thanks for the chat as always, and good luck tomorrow. We'll chat with you then.
Awesome. Thank you.
Again, you just heard from Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles, the head coach there, about his team's game against Rapid City Stevens, in which they fell with the final score 68-45. But again, winning that second half overall against a top 5 team in the state, it does give you some hope for what is to come for this Gazelles team. Still, they're going to return a lot of talent into next year, and they still want to make a splash end of this season. Maybe an off game for them, but expect them to answer nicely heading into tomorrow's game. 35-20 on the floor here now for the Bucks and the Raiders. The second half officially underway as opening the third quarter, the Raiders on offense, moving it right to left on Yankton streaming on YouTube. An open seam to the lane. Seth Paugh had it, but left the layup short. One of those instances you think he was probably just so, his eyes probably widened up. He didn't realize he's going to have that much room. The Bucks' first offensive set here on offense, the second half. Jackson Kudera scores the two, fouled. He's going to stay hot to continue this one. Seth Paugh gets tagged with the foul, his first personal, and the first team foul here in the third quarter for either side. Kudera swishes in the free throw, and he's already nearing a 20-point performance here tonight. Seth Paugh for the Raiders, sprints it down the floor, loses the basketball, it rolls out of bounds. Yankton gets an unforced turnover and takes right back over on offense. As I was mentioning, Kudera 1 point shy of a 20-point performance already here tonight. Conway gives it up to Abe O'Brien at the top of the key. Tries driving, instead gives it up to Eidsness. Pick and roll, though. They dish it out. Kudera for 22. Yes! Jackson Kudera, his fourth three of the night. He absolutely cannot miss. Anders Christensen on the other side wanted the answer. Offensive rebound as the three was off target. Seth Paugh the rebound, and a long rebound. It goes to the hands of Anders Christensen. Raiders still on offense here. Andrew Zimmerman, a bump and a spin down low, short on the attempt. Jackson Kudera pulls it in, and now the Bucks right back to it. Beck Reichen, Kudera wants another. There's five! Jackson Kudera, his fifth three of the night. 25 points for the sophomore. The answer, no! Jackson Kudera brings in the rebound. I feel like I'm only saying one name tonight. Eidsness with it, sprints the ball down the floor, swings it. Kudera into the corner as Abe O'Brien drives it baseline, wraps it around, can't finish it. Rebound goes to Rapid City Stevens. They nearly lost it out of bounds, but will take over on offense. Lucas Marcus drives it into the lane, gets stopped, and a short jumper there, Henry Hansen. It is 44-22. Yankton leads Rapid City Stevens, and that's largely in part because of Jackson Kudera. Owen Eidsness now has it, gives it up to Beck Reichen. Reichen tries shaking Seth Paugh. Kudera looking for any space. They're not going to give him any. 10 to shoot here for Yankton. Austin Conway spins into the lane. Shot denied. Andrew Zimmerman brings in the rebound, and Stevens on the other side. Seth Paugh sets up a deep three. No good. Conway is nearing 10 rebounds. If he keeps it up at this pace anyways, he's got 7 tonight. Bucks have doubled up Rapid City Stevens. Not quite halfway through the third. Jackson Kudera with it, drives into the lane, was bumped. He won't get the foul, but Owen Eidsness, an offensive rebound, loses the basketball. It goes out of bounds. Last touched Rapid City Stevens. No change for the Bucks here, and in for Rapid City Stevens is Tate Van Beek and Jace Gingras. The Bucks have come out strong in the second half here, and the inbound nearly taken away. Eidsness able to recover after Van Beek poked it free. He brings it up to the three-point line. 3 to shoot for Yankton. Up top, Eidsness gets a good look, but he left it short. Jackson Kudera gets the rebound, sets up another triple! Jackson Kudera out of his mind! The steal, and Owen Eidsness, the goaltending, will score 2. This has been quite the performance. Kudera might put up 30 points, before our third quarter's over. So Eidsness heads to the free throw line. He's going to get the 2-4. 2 points for the goaltending, as well as an opportunity for the three-point play. The foul on Jace Gingras, his first personal, Stevens' second of the quarter. It is a 27-point lead for Yankton. Eidsness misses the free throw. Offensive rebound, Beck Reichen. Yankton does not look like a two-win team, and that's what we've been saying all year. They certainly are better than their record shows. Beck Reichen dribbles, loses it, ends up with the Raiders. Raiders trailing 49-22 halfway through our third quarter. They lost the basketball and just end up luckily with it down low into the hands of Henry Hansen. He missed both attempts until Drotzman pulled it in, and on the other side, Owen Eidsness awaits the bucket. Can't even hardly keep up with what's going on the floor here tonight. 51-22, it's a 29-point lead, Yankton. Corner three, Anders Christensen off the back iron it goes. Abe O'Brien fighting for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Raiders. As I finally get a moment to catch my breath here. 3:27 to go in the third. 51-22. Yankton leads. A full timeout from Coach Haynes and the Bucks. We'll take the break. When we return, Yankton leads 29.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
Back on the floor, what a performance tonight from Coach Haynes and his squad. 51-22, Yankton leads behind 28 points from the sophomore Jackson Kudera. Teams are going to hate to see him for the next 2 years, I'll tell you that much. Kudera, three, number 7. Couldn't get that one to drop, but he's maybe missed 2 of his 8 attempts. Up ahead, Rapid City Stevens moves it quickly. Turnaround fader, Lucas Marcus, no good. Offensive rebound as Hansen ends up with it again. Fight for the rebound, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Yankton. Henry Hansen has had a lot of opportunities down low, and, you know, kind of surprised to not see him dropping some of these buckets. With it, Anders Christensen with a defender in his face off the front iron. That one goes. Bucks pull it in and move the ball down the floor quickly. Beck Reichen off of the handoff, drives it, and he's fouled on the shot attempt. That is a lot of contact. Beck Reichen is slow to get to his feet, and so is the defender. It's Anders Christensen. He's on his feet, but kind of leaned over. Beck Reichen gets up. A lot of contact there. The foul's going to go against Anders Christensen, his third personal, team's third in the third quarter. Beck Reichen will more likely than not shoot his free throws and then get subbed out for the Bucks. We'll see how Coach Haynes does it. 2 subs to come in for Stevens. And Coach Yellow Robe wants a charge. Officials are going to say he wasn't set up, so Beck Reichen will get free throws. Reichen misses the first of 2. Too strong on it. And so Anders Christensen does head to the bench. Good to see both players got up and look like they're going to be okay. Just a little shaken up and maybe need just a little bit of time on the bench to recuperate as Beck Reichen kind iron. That one drops. Owen Eidsness checks in. We're up to a 30-point game, which means running clock unless the Raiders get the score within 20 some point during this game. Seth Paugh has it, works against Owen Eidsness. 52-22, 2.5 to play in our third quarter of action. Bucks are closing in on win number 3, but still have 10.5 minutes to play. Pass intercepted there. Kudera takes it the other direction, his first steal of the night. I know as a player and a coach they're not so worried about the stats, but he is too shy of 30. You'd love to see him get it here tonight. Ivan Hirschman with it, drives it, gets cut off. Abe O'Brien into the lane, tries getting it to Drotzman, it's taken the other way. Raiders sprint it down the floor with Tate Van Beek. They find themselves down below the hoop, missing it all though, and the ball on the ground. Miles Drotzman somersaults for it and a jump ball. Miles Drotzman, a total somersault, but hey, that's an effort play Coach Haynes is gonna love. Again, the clock is ticking because it's a 30-point difference right now. That is the mercy rule, technically, in AA basketball at the high school level. In AA, there's no point limit that ends the game, but 30 gives you the running clock as Ivan Hirschman loses the basketball out of bounds. Stevens take over on offense with it. Jace Gingras with it. Gives it up. Zimmerman spins into the lane. Ball is poked free. Kudera would have had a wide open lane to the basket on the other side, but a foul is going to be called. Eidsness picks up his second personal and the team's first of the quarter. Inbound gets in. Lucas Marcus from downtown. Nothing but net. Kudera will bring it down the floor for Yankton. He draws a double, lost the basketball, and a turnover forced by the Raiders defense. Up ahead they move it. Zimmerman rises above. No good on the attempt. Kudera with now his 8th rebound of the night. Turns it over, and a quick bucket for the Raiders. On a 5-0 run here, Yankton would like to slow that down for sure. 20 seconds to play in our third quarter here tonight, as Drotzman knocked to the ground. Abe O'Brien nearly lost it out of bounds, lofts it up top to Ivan Hirschman. And Yankton wanting just this quarter to end to talk things over. Miles Drotzman sets up the triple, short on it. Rebound goes Seth Paugh, throws up a half-court heave, and that's way off to the left side. 8 minutes to play. It's 52-27 Yankton in the driver's seat here tonight on the second half of a doubleheader here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Back on the floor, we have got 8 minutes to play. It has been all Yankton here tonight. 52-27, and the Bucks in the lead here. Starting with it, the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. And we have under 8 minutes to go now. With it now, Lucas Marcus at the elbow. Works against Ivan Hirschman. They try to lob it in down low. Owen Eisnes takes it the other direction. Sprints it up ahead. Beck Reichen, the reverse layup. What a finish for Beck Reichen. That's assist number 4 for Eisnes, throwing dimes today. Raiders needing a lot of offense in this 8th quarter, missing it all there. On the shot was Seth Paugh. Eisnes brings it the other way and is fouled. Again, clock will continue to tick. Seth Paugh picks up his 2nd personal, team's 1st of the quarter. Jackson Kudera takes to the bench. Austin Conway back in this one for Yankton. Beck Reichen with it. Now Owen Eisnes, who lost the basketball. Regained it, though. Finds some space in the lane. Rattles it down for 2. Now Owen Eisnes, maybe a little overshadowed because it's been such a great game for Kudera, but he's up to 14. Lucas Marcus sets up a 3. Can't get it to drop. Bucks move it quickly to the offensive side, into the lane. Abe O'Brien takes a jumper, and that one will drop. Everything is going Yankton's way tonight. They lead 56-27. Seth Paugh has it, takes a screen, keeps it beyond the perimeter, now brings it within against Ivan Hirschman, who's all over him. They're going to say he touched out of bounds, I believe. No, or it was a timeout called by Coach Yellow Robe. A Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, a full timeout, and we'll take it. We'll be back in a moment when we do return. 58-27, the Bucks with their largest lead, I believe, of the season. I could be wrong, but they are up 31, well on their way to victory number 3 on the season.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up, and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Back on the floor, 58-27. It's been a masterpiece so far tonight for Coach Haynes and his squad. Coach Yellow Robe taking his time with his team. They've got 10 losses on the season, 5 wins though, so they do have the better record entering tonight. And even with the loss, we'll still technically have the better record. The Raiders with it here. 6 minutes to go in tonight's game. Andrew Zimmerman working against Conway, kicks it out. Henry Hansen, the drive and feed. 3 for Tayden Foster, no good. An offensive rebound for the Raiders, and a sprint for the basketball. Goes out of bounds. Had Beck Reichen got it, would have had a wide open shot to the lane. For the first time tonight, we'll see Jackson Reichen into the game for Yankton. Inbound gets into Ivan Hirschman, and some great quality playing time here coming up for the Bucks. And some players who don't always get some action. Grady Walder sets up a 3, it's money! No one can miss from this team. This is just an all-around great game for Yankton, who leads 61-27. Seth Paugh with it, hands it off to the hands of Tayden Foster. Now Anders Christensen. A lot of ball movement, it's knocked out, and its last touch by Yankton stays with Rapid City Stevens. A couple more subs here for Yankton as checking in. Talon Harms and Carson Krall. This one all but over as Christensen can't get that 3 to fall. Should have a happy Coach Haynes after tonight. Harms swings it to Walder. Now Hirschman pump fakes a three. In the lane, down low, fouled is Jackson Reichen, and a chance for some points for the sophomore, who has not scored at the varsity level yet. Foul is on Taden Foster, his first personal, team second. First of two, no good for Reichen. And checking in is Bridger Karn for Rapid City Stevens. Reichen's next free throw drops, and he's scored as the crowd goes wild. It's a 35-point lead for Yankton. 62-27, under 4 minutes to play tonight. Henry Hansen at the free throw line is going to be fouled by Ivan Hirschman. It's the first Bucks foul all quarter. And a late sub coming in here will be Will Nebelsick of the Stevens Raiders. He checks in for the sophomore forward and starter, Andrew Zimmerman. And now Uriah Yenesi comes in. A lot of subs in for each side. Getting some valuable experience. Anders Christensen still in for Rapid City Stevens. His shot won't drop. And Grady Walder, possibly the smallest body on the floor, comes in with the rebound. 3 points and a rebound for him in tonight's action. Hirschman gives it up to Reichen. Jackson out to Grady Walder, wants another triple, swishes it in. 65-27. Yankton leads by nearly 40 points tonight. Down low, the pass over the head, it goes out of bounds, and Yankton takes right back over. Moses Loftus will come in for the Stevens Raiders, and I believe Anders Christensen's night's over. Two and a half minutes to play here. Yankton moves it quickly. A bucket here would have them up 40 points. On the attempt here, off the back iron from Carson Krall. Pulled in by the Raiders. They move it on the other side with the jumper on the runner. Bridger Karn can't get it, but an offensive rebound. Karn's second attempt, back iron it goes. Back-to-back offensive rebounds. Karn, his third attempt, will drop. And he has scored for the first time in tonight's game. A minute 50 to play in tonight's game. Bucks certainly coming away with a win here tonight. Jackson Reichen gives it up to Walder. Walder has it downtown, takes a screen, now finds himself with a double. Gives it up, Carson Krall driving with it, he's fouled. That'll be on the floor, and clock will just continue to drain. Under 90 seconds away from a Yankton victory here tonight. Foul goes against Bridger Karn, his first personal, team's third. Inbound to Ivan Hirschman, who nearly lost the basketball. Gives it up, Walder wants another three, missed it far to the left. With it, Yenesi for the Raiders. At the elbow, they swing it up top. A triple off target again, and Walder another rebound. 45 seconds to play tonight, 27 on the shot clock. Very well could be Yankton's final offensive possession as Grady Walder, the floater, put just a little bit too much on it. Up ahead, a foul going to be called on Carson Krall. His first personal, team second. Shot clock has been turned off for the night, as we've got 20 seconds to play, and Rapid City Stevens with the basketball. They'll set up one final offensive play. Into the corner three. Moses Loftus swishes in a triple. He's on the board with points. And with a second remaining, Yankton comes away with a huge win, 65-32. The Bucks come away victorious here tonight. 3-11 they advance to on their season. And for the Raiders, they drop to 5-11. What a performance here tonight by the Bucks. Last year it was a 3-point game. This year a 33-point game as the Bucks do their first part in trying to get into that Sodak 16. Tomorrow in action against Rapid City Central, as now we enter our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. We'll also have our hot hands of the game brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And then later tonight, we'll have our chat with Coach Haynes of the Yankton Bucks. That is all on its way here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers two menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
What does FloorTech do? When disaster strikes, water damage, mold growth, or fire cleanup, call the team you can trust. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. They respond fast to protect your home or business and restore it the right way with honesty, integrity, and top-notch service. Their crews proudly serve Southeast South Dakota and Northeast Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. For 24/7 emergency service, call 800-507-1822. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech or visit them at floortechrestoration.com.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism, toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single $1 chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Entering our First Dakota National Bank post-game show, First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. That's First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. Yankton, the Bucks come out with a huge win over Rapid City Stevens here tonight. Your final score, 65-32, a 33-point win. They led by as much as 38 tonight. Your final stats for the game tonight, Beck Reichen, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Owen Eidsness with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Huge game for Kudera, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. And I'm not even confident he played any minutes during the fourth quarter. Abe O'Brien with 6 points, a rebound, and 4 assists. Austin Conway, 2 points, 7 rebounds, and a block. Coming off the bench for the Bucks, Ivan Hirschman saw a lot of playing time here tonight with 2 rebounds. Miles Drotzman with 2 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and a big block. Grady Walder, 6 points, 2 rebounds. And Jackson Reichen, 1 point, 2 assists. Not really any foul trouble for Yankton. Only 5 total fouls during the entire game. Eidsness was the only player with 2. Otherwise, Miles Drotzman, Grady Walder, and Carson Kroll, each with 1. Bucks and Gazelles will both be in action tomorrow as they host Rapid City Central in a doubleheader against the Cobblers. Gazelles on the floor first. That game at 12:30. Bucks to follow. We'll be live at noon on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. It's time for your hot hands of the game, brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Well, tonight I don't think there's any doubt in our minds who could possibly be the hot hands of the game. Jackson Kudera absolutely showed out. What a performance it was for just the sophomore. I kind of mentioned it during the broadcast, during the game. As a sophomore, these teams are going to be sick of seeing Jackson Kudera for the next 2 years. And maybe Rapid City Stevens especially, because last year in Rapid City, as a freshman, Kudera hit a near half-court buzzer-beater 3 to give his team the win. It was a tie ball game, and Kudera wrapped things up with a buzzer-beater 3. So I got to wonder, the Raiders probably don't want to see too much of him anymore, but they've still got 2 whole more years with him. Still haven't seen any of the Yankton Bucks out of the locker room or Coach Haynes, so we continue on with the First Dakota National Bank postgame show and await that chat with him. We'll take a quick break. When we return, a look at the scores around the state here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Interior Technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area, guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
And back to continue on with our first go to National Bank of Yankton. Do see some of the Yankton Bucks out in the crowd, so probably not too far up from our chat with head coach Chris Haynes. He's got to be happy after tonight's victory of 65-32 over Rapid City Stevens. And again, a very winnable game coming up tomorrow against the Rapid City Central Cobblers as well. I mean, really, Yankton, should they get 2 wins this weekend, they've got to be feeling like they've got the momentum heading late into the season. It's something we talked about is, you know, you hate to say maybe there's an easier part of the schedule, but for the Bucks, it certainly wasn't the first 10 games. You know, looking at the back half, looked like it was maybe a little bit more manageable to pick up a string of wins, and right now Yankton has picked up number 3, and good chance they might be in the top 16 after tonight. A look at some scores around the state. We have a lot of finals here, starting with girls AA. Again, T-Area beating Sioux City East, Iowa. The final score 62-48. Harrisburg took care of business, beating Rapid City Central 47-27. The Cobblers then tomorrow will be here against the Gazelles. Number 2 ranked O'Gorman Lady Knights defeated the number 3 ranked Sioux Falls Washington Warriors 84-58, and that just goes to show you how good the top 2 teams in AA are. Number 4 ranked Rapid City Stevens here tonight defeated the Gazelles 68-45. Sioux Falls Roosevelt in a very close one over Watertown. The final score, 51-49. Roosevelt won. Sturgis Brown was able to defeat Hot Springs 55-24. In Brookings, the Bobcats fell to Sioux Falls Jefferson. Your final score 62-37. And what I said, the number 1 ranked team in AA might fall tonight. They came back in the final 6 minutes and defeat Marshall, Minnesota 69-68. What a performance by the Brandon Valley Lynx to stay undefeated. And now there is a good chance they don't lose the rest of the year. They might have an undefeated season cooking. Over to boys AA action. Sioux Falls Jefferson defeated Brookings. The final score 76-51. Number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, who were also undefeated, defeated Brandon Valley, who's receiving votes, 84-49. Sioux Falls Lincoln is a team you don't want to see in the postseason this year. Number 5 ranked T area, just barely beating Sioux City East, 56-55. And in a close one, number 3 ranked Harrisburg, only 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, leading Rapid City Central 45-43. Now, should that game fall towards Rapid City Central, would certainly be an upset. The Harrisburg Tigers 10-4 entering the night, with Rapid City Central 3-11, and it's a 2-point game with only 5 minutes to play. And Rapid City Central's got to be hyped up, and then the Bucks get to host them here in Yankton tomorrow night. Of course, this game tonight wraps up with a final score 65-32, a huge win for the Bucks over Rapid City Stevens. In a game with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, O'Gorman on top of Sioux Falls, Washington, 55-39. At the half, number 2 ranked Sioux Falls Roosevelt leads Watertown, who's receiving votes, 34-29, and that really just a great game. Watertown, a very good team, a lot of length and size on their team. And for Sioux Falls Roosevelt, just overall one of the more talented teams in the entire state. And then a game with no updates. It's said to have started at 8:30 as Sturgis Brown hosts Hot Springs. Sturgis Brown 4-11, Hot Springs a Class A team. For Yankton, unfortunately, you hate to cheer against a team, but as far as standings and seed points go, it would help Yankton should Sturgis Brown fall to Hot Springs tonight. And let's take a look at the standings and how things might shake up. Starting in girls AA, of course, Brandon Valley in first. They haven't lost yet this season, and they just went toe-to-toe with Marshall, Minnesota. They got to win. They should stay in first. O'Gorman's probably going to stay in second with a victory here tonight. And after those two, it's more than a point drop-off for third, with Aberdeen Central in third, Sioux Falls, Washington in fourth. And Rapid City Stevens in that number 5 spot, a win here tonight. They're a good seed point behind Sioux Falls, Washington. But I got to say, that is a team I probably wouldn't want to see in the playoffs if I'm one of the lower-seeded teams in the Sodak 16. Looking at where the Gazelles entered the night, they were the 13th seed coming into the night, and they're only the 13th seed, trailing Rapid City Central by 0.3 points. So not a big difference there. And the thing is, who they lost to was Rapid City Stevens, who's got a good record. They'll actually benefit more from seed points than what Rapid City Central will, as Rapid City Central lost to Harrisburg, who's 7-8. So we will see about that, if Yankton maybe will jump over them. But again, they're going to be right next to each other in the standings coming into tomorrow's game. So it's going to be a big one. And then real quick, as I see Coach Haynes walking over here, in boys, right now the Bucks coming into this game, they're only 0.04 seed points behind Pierre in 17th. But here's the thing, Yankton in 18th, the 14th seed is less than half of a seed point above them, and Yankton is going to come away with 44 seed points tonight. I wouldn't be shocked if they jumped all the way from 18th to 14th in AA. And then a winnable game coming up tomorrow against Rapid City Central, as we are now joined by head coach Chris Haynes of the Bucks. And coach, a 65-32 win. It's just got to feel good tonight.
Yeah, I thought, again, our defense kind of set the tone, especially Beck Reichen guarding their point guard number 0. He came in averaging like 17 points a game, and he just kind of makes everything go for them. And Beck just totally took him out of the game and did a great job on him. And then obviously the other guys too. And so I just didn't think we let them ever get comfortable or settled in what they wanted to do offensively. And also when we can't take all the credit, I mean, Rapid City Stevens, I mean, you guys saw it. They missed a lot of shots right at the basket that they're normally going to make. And if they make those and the game stays a lot more competitive. But give our guys credit that they kept playing. And, but I just thought our defense overall really set the tone for us today.
And a huge performance, Jackson Kudera, 28 points, 8 rebounds, and lights out from 3. He couldn't miss tonight.
Yeah, and obviously he was good in the first half, and then in the third quarter he really got it going, and so give him credit, obviously stepping up and making shots, and we need that. And also his teammates finding him when they know that he's made a couple. It's like, hey, he's open again, let's give him the ball. And so really nice to see Jackson play that way, and he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. And so he made the shots, which was great. We know he can shoot, but the other thing that's been impressive is how he went to the basket tonight. So he didn't just score from the three-point line. He also went to the basket. He got to the free throw line, and like you said, he got 8 rebounds, which we needed. That's the other thing. Is we got to get better on the glass still. We gave up too many offensive rebounds tonight, and so if you're nitpicking, that would definitely be one. And then I thought we made some plays in transition. Obviously, we got some steals, or we did get some rebounds and some long rebounds, and we were able to get out in transition and make some plays and finish some plays, which was nice to see.
And I know we just talked about Cooter, but I got to mention, I got to think Steven's probably getting sick of seeing him as a freshman hitting a game winner last year, as a sophomore now, a near 30-point performance, and they've still got 2 more years left of him.
Well, we're not playing them the next 2 years. They dropped us, so we won't play Rapid City Stevens or Central at least for the next 2 years, and we'll see what happens after this 2-year cycle if we can get them back on the schedule or not. But and the other thing, I was happy obviously for our 3 seniors tonight, and Rylan, our manager, to play well on senior night and to get a victory is, you always want to get a win. You always want to play well at home, but especially on senior night. And again, I think Beck has just been solid for us all season at the point guard position, taking care of the basketball, really guarding the other team's point guards. And then Owen Eisness, he's always got high energy and flying around out there getting steals. But he's starting to play better offensively, and when he scores, obviously then our team is just that much better. And I don't think it's also any coincidence here the last few weeks that our team has kind of made that next step up, and and Abe O'Brien's been a huge part of that. He's really played better here, not even better, but really well the last 3 weeks. And so we obviously need those guys to continue to lead us, and and obviously if they can continue to play well offensively, that's going to be a huge bonus for us.
And I do agree about the seniors having just a pretty good overall performance. The 3 of them combined for 20 points here tonight, 10 rebounds exactly, and I've got them down for 11 assists. Just a really great, overall team effort right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, we just got to continue to improve. I thought we've been playing some really good basketball here the last few weeks, and couldn't get over the hump on a few that we really needed and wanted. But, again, our guys have stayed with it, and you got to give them credit for that. And we've been saying for a few weeks that, I think our best basketball is in front of us. And if we can continue to defend and get better on the boards and play that way offensively, then, obviously then I think we'll put ourselves in position to keep being competitive in games and a chance to win them.
And a quick turnaround here is you got Rapid City Central right back at home here tomorrow. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, they're a really dangerous team. I know they don't have the wins that they would probably want, but similar to us, especially here recently, they've really played some really good teams close. They just haven't been able to get over the hump, and it looks like same thing tonight. We were in the locker room after the game, and Central was up 4 in the third quarter. It looks like it's going down to the wire here. Maybe Harrisburg's got a slight lead now, but that's what they've been doing with good teams lately. And they got 3 really good quick guards that can all shoot it, and then they got the Durant kid, number 24, who's 6'4", and he is really good. He can shoot a 3, shooting like high 30s from the 3. He can put the ball on the floor and go to the basket. He can post up and score. So he's a really good player. Like Rapid City Central can score. And the other thing with that is they're used to playing these Friday night and then quick turnaround Saturday afternoon games. We only do it a couple times a year. So our guys need to understand that we're going to have to bring the same energy and intensity on a short turnaround tomorrow afternoon as we did tonight, which, again, like I said, Rapid City Central is used to this back-to-back. We only do it. We haven't done it yet this year, and so we got to make sure that we bring the same energy and intensity tomorrow afternoon that we had tonight.
I appreciate the chat, Coach. Congrats on the win, and hopefully we'll see another one tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Zach.
Again, that was head coach Chris Haynes of the Yankton Bucks here on our First Dakota National Bank postgame show, and that about wraps it up for us here tonight. We'll get you back to your regular programming on Classic Hits 106.3 for the final time on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. I'm Zach Spear alongside Connor Schultz and Tristan Nelson. Have a great rest of your night.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School basketball from 5 Star Communications. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for all Yankton athletics. Go Bucks and Gazelles!